All right, what's up, everybody? This is Terminator Juice, and welcome to the Juice is Loose, and welcome to the Juice is Loose, number 48, E3 2015 edition. We got a little late start, but we're here. Got some guests, and we're gonna have them say hi. So first up, we got Ms. T.
Hey fools, Mr. T, how y'all doing?
So we got Mr. Red Knight.
What's up, everybody? Go watch the podcast with everybody here except Level because, reasons on the channel.
Yeah, this is basically gonna be similar to podcast than we did yesterday on the Active Gamer Life's channel. So, and then last but not least, we got Leveled Head Gamer.
What's up, people? It's your boy back with another Terminator Juice. The juice is still loose, popping tags and all that, and there and other things. Yeah.
All right. So Leveled missed last week's podcast when we were talking about Splatoon. He wanted to give his thoughts on the game, so I'll have you do that before we get into the E3 discussion. So go ahead and tell us how you're feeling about Splatoon, where you're at in the game, and if you have any, like maybe your favorite thing about the game and maybe a minor complaint or something you hope they fix down the road. It's kind of what we talked about. So go ahead.
Well, let me first of all say that Splatoon is that crack. You know what I'm saying? I'm hooked, and I've been hitting the pipe for the last few nights. I'm addicted. I got my whole family addicted. My daughter addicted. She be asking me, can she get on that crack? Every time I come through the door from work, I'm fiending for some more crack. So I got my cuz down in Dallas. He went and bought a Wii U to get that crack. So Splatoon is crack. That's what it is. It's crack cocaine. It's addictive, and if you smoke on it, you shall continue to smoke. But anyway, I like it, man. I have no complaints as far as gameplay. Right now, I'm right on the stage for the final boss in the campaign, and I'm at level 15. Far as online, I don't do the rank battles much. I didn't understand the rank battles. I got in there and thought I was killing. I thought our team was doing it up and end up losing. I thought I was like, what we lose for? But I think I misunderstood. Yeah, no, we had like 75 to 14, but I guess it's areas. I didn't realize it was certain areas
you had highlighted areas. You got to
take
control.
I didn't gain that understanding until I watched a few podcasts when people was talking about it. I was like, oh, that's why we lost. So I guess I'm going to go back in there and try that out. But right now, man, I'm loving it. I like my favorite thing about it is the fact that it changes the way you think about combat and competing. Like the fact that you can go into squid mode and right when you're in danger, you can get out and the person don't even know you gone. You know what I'm saying? Totally went to a whole nother spot in the stage and they don't even realize that you slipped away from them. But sometimes you can do that and slip right in front of them and take them out. So it's a lot of angles. You can go up walls, hide on the wall. You don't have to hide on the floor. You can hide right on the wall and right in front of people and pop out and get them that way. But right now I'm enjoying it, getting better. I was saying before we started recording that I was playing in a match with Nia and Dr. Trey and a few others, and I was just beasting them on that. And then I got into a game with Red Knight and couldn't do nothing because he was beasting us. So I enjoy it, man. I haven't played a game like this. I ain't never really been a first person type. A shooter type fan outside of like Gears of War and maybe Uncharted, but this kind of feels like that in the way that you control it because it's in third person. But I'm liking it, man. I ain't got no complaints. Maybe if they had voice chat just to talk with your friends and laugh at them when you splat them, outside of that, I couldn't complain about it. To be honest with you, I feel like I got my $60 worth or $45 worth because that's all I spent for it.
Yeah, last week I kind of had everybody come up with a pun, a one-word pun. I want to give a shout-out to Spice71 down in the comments. He came up with what I thought was the funniest one. We were pretty much praising the game. So he said, quote, Splatoon haters are speaking out of their sphincters, like sphincters. And I have to agree. Anyone who's still hating on this game is talking out their ass. So I did like that he threw ink in the middle of sphincter. So I didn't make Leveled come up with one because I think we came up with all the ones that
I didn't, sadly.
Yeah, Red Knights was a little weak, but
Right.
What were some of them? Exquisite.
Exquisite. That's what I
Okay.
came up with after the fact.
Inksquisite.
Yeah. So mine was Incredible, which I've seen used somewhere else before now, so it's not like it's that hard to think of. But yeah, we had a good time talking about Splatoon. I do want to also mention a video by Snorth93, who I'd not subscribed to, but somebody, Dr. Feelgood, I think, commented on Google Plus, and he made a video why he thinks Splatoon is the most important game of this generation at this point.
Sounds like
Okay.
somebody who said that too. Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
And
I
basically
agree then.
his point was it's the first game that brings new gameplay ideas and not just trying to go for better visuals. And remakes and sequels. It's really the first truly unique game this generation, as far as from at least from a big publisher. I mean, there's been some indie games that did some cool stuff, but as far as just like a major title, I happen to agree with him. I'm not saying it will be the only one this generation, but so far it seems to be the first one to truly give us something new. And I just want to get your guys' take on that real quick. I know, Red, you basically said that in a couple videos, but Ms. T and Level, what do you think about that guy's thoughts?
I would have to agree. I don't really know what more to say. Like you said, we talked about this before, and like I said, for me, a game changer when I was young was Super Mario Brothers 3, and I think this will be a lot of kids coming up today, Super Mario Brothers 3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really cool because these games don't really come around that often, So game changers like that. So it's very cool to see.
Yeah, I guess I would have to agree too, because if you look at it, like if you go back to like Metro Prime, you can see a lot of elements that other first-person shooters that's supposed to be changing the game. Like what was that on Xbox One? The one you could jump around. Titanfall borrowed a lot of elements from Metro Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And then the recent Call of Duty where you can jump and all that stuff, but no one ever thought to take it to where you can disappear in ink and use that to traverse walls and all the different
or not killing, like
yeah, that's what I was going to say next. So the fact that killing the other person is not the main objective. The actual objective is to cover territory, and that literally changed up the game, because while you engage in the competition, you lose in the war. Because I played with one team, and this is what makes me mad. And I kind of heard y'all talk about it in active game podcast. When people just take off running and they just leave the whole area uncovered. You're like, wait a minute, man, we got all this to cover, and they try to get, all they want to do is shoot people. It's like, okay, we finna lose. So they trap you on your spawn spot. You can't get off because they just bombing you because the stupid people ran out to engage them and got shot before they covered any space. So we all just respawned and can't do anything, and then they get like an 80% coverage. I'm like, okay, that's when voice chat be like, look, idiot, we need to cover our space for this. We got to lay this crack down before we go do the smackdown. You know what I'm saying? So
really, it wouldn't even help because they probably wouldn't listen to you.
They're not gonna listen to you.
They probably won't have their own voice chat on.
Especially if they in Japanese, they be like, what's he talking about? I don't know what he's saying.
You look and they're like, they're at level 15, 20, so they've been playing the game long enough to know what you should be doing. So yelling at them at this point, you just, might as well be yelling at the wall.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. They just take out running. I'm like, man, so I stay back trying to cover everything they didn't cover. And by the time I get out there to engage, we done lost the war, cause I can't get past any point because there's 4 of them, encroaching on us. And all the dudes I'm playing with dead and keep respawning, and they do the same thing. It's like, man, hurry up and get me off this one. Give me some people that can play.
I make my way up to the enemy area as needed, and I've been up there a few times where it's usually Black Belly Skate Park seems to be the easiest one for me. And I'm right in front of them, and they're just launching away. Like I'm just covering almost their whole area, and they just
I'll get me a little area on the side, and then I'll camp and wait for them to come out a little spawn point and blast them.
See what I learned, man, and actually I had to get this to active because when I first started playing, I was getting games for active, and my mindset was to cover our area and then go and try to cover. But what I was doing was I learned to avoid as much contact with the other team as possible.
Yeah.
And I learned I was watching, like he would shoot me, but he'd be gone. That was it. Boom, I'm dead. He gone. And I noticed he would travel all over the map, and I heard him talking like, man, I'm over here. Then I spun back. I go back and regroup. That's the case. They uncovered our place, and then I spun to another person. And I was like, I ain't done none of that. I'm just shooting and try. So what I started doing, man, and I started getting up into the thousands by doing it was I would make sure I take a path and I just cover that path. You know, I make sure our base is covered. I cover a path, and then I'll infiltrate into the enemy's territory, and I cover what I can cover, and I go to back routes and cover everything. And then I come out, and if I got to engage somebody, I shoot them. But once I do them, I go and I try to go back to my spawn and see if they ain't covered any of our spot. Dude, I stay in the thousands now, but before I can only get up to like 700, even with
save that ink strike for the last 8 seconds because it will count even if the timer went up. So that's another little strategy.
So I mean, I like it. I mean, I'm enjoying it more once I got a strategy worked out. But before, man, it was just I'll try to cover our base and get into the action, and that wasn't working too good.
So one last question.
I found out that the splat roller. I thought I was gonna like it. I gave that up real quick. That splat roller ain't for me, man. I need a gun. You know, I need to shoot somebody.
Some people still stick with it, but with the Kraken special, that can be effective. But
yeah,
I mean, I know people pretty much gave up on the splat charger the most. I think that's the weapon I see the least in the games I've played. So, and using that with the Inkling challenge, with the Squid Girl challenge on the single player with the splat charger, I mean, they made the first boss damn near impossible. So I can't imagine some of the I don't know if you have to play the final boss with the splat charger. I don't think I'd even try. That'd just be impossible. But
I don't even
anyway,
know what the first boss looked like, man.
Just that big block where it had a face and it was trying to.
I'm just saying, I haven't even gotten there yet. I haven't barely touched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang. I think the single player, I feel like I'm one of the few who thinks it's more than just decent.
Oh no, I want to get into it because it looks like a really cool semi-platformer. So I definitely, I played it a little bit. I just haven't gotten even to the first boss yet. So
what do y'all think about the brush? The what they call that? The
ink brush. I used it in a little test area. I never played online against people.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I see people beasting with that thing.
Yeah, me too. That's all I'm saying.
So, I mean, there's a weapon for everybody.
I think if you can get that samurai slash they got on it down, you probably could be dope with it.
Yeah, like Strictly Nintendo. I don't know if you guys watch him. He put up a video recently, and he was destroying with he had like 4 or 5 matches where he was like 1100 or more.
Yeah, I mean, it's every weapon. I think if someone dedicated some time, they could get it, so they could be effective. So I don't think they put any just absolutely worthless weapons in there.
Other than the splat charger. But even with those, I see people doing good work.
Yeah,
so.
Some people be killing with them. I think it's like for different play styles,
Yeah.
Like some won't click with you and some will.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get on to the E3 discussion. It's a week away. I mean, basically, for Microsoft's press conference, I don't know what time it is. That's on, I believe, Monday. But to start it all off is the Nintendo World Championship on Sunday. Guessing that's going to be on their Twitter and YouTube. Not Twitter, but what's the other one? What's the streaming one?
Twitch,
YouTube. I'm guessing you could probably even watch it on your Wii U. I'm thinking. I don't know a lot about it. I know they had some semifinals at certain Best Buys in big cities and stuff. I don't know if there was any in your guys' area, but so anybody feeling that or excited to watch that? I haven't really been paying much attention, but like I said, there wasn't one anywhere near me. So
Do you
I
know
know
what
they're
games
happening.
are actually that are going to be in the tournament?
the only thing here, I got a question from Tony Coran. He says the Legend of Zelda will be in the World Championship, but I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not sure. So I'm kind of going into this blind. I may end up liking it, but I'm not super excited about it.
Well, I
I
would
think
say
it'll be cool to watch.
I enjoyed the Smash Bros. Tournament they
Yeah,
had last year. So I tune in just because it ain't much going on that Sunday outside of that small direct that they got with who is that
With
the
Sakurai.
Smash.
Sakurai, yeah, the Smash.
Yeah.
So that coupled with the tournament, it just get you through that Sunday, in my opinion. So,
It depends on how late it's at. If it's on the Game of Thrones time, then I'm gonna
oh,
miss
then they gonna have to wait.
it. I watch the.
I got to get that crack too.
We got DVRs, man. Come on.
No, man, I can't miss Game of Thrones,
And it's not
man.
like
I
it's
gotta.
commercials or anything, so you can just pause it.
Yeah, the problem with Game of Thrones, if you miss an episode, then everybody wants to talk about it, and then you got to be like, no, don't tell me. So,
I gotta see what Cilicia gonna do, man.
all right. So, anybody else have anything to say about the Nintendo World Championship? I mean, I never seen any of the old ones or anything, so I'm kind of.
Well, I know, like I said, with what's his name, Triforce Johnson. He the one actually. When an actor was in that podcast, and maybe even Mr. T. I'm not for sure, but he the one brought it up first. That he said that they'll have it. He said it was going to be something big, with that esports stuff. So
I remember
yeah, I
that.
think it's going to be interesting, man. I'm gonna check it out.
And if Reggie's part of it, then it'll be entertaining at least on some level. So we'll see how it all turns out. I really don't know what to
As
expect.
long as Jeff Keighley isn't hosting.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Supposedly it's gonna be Kevin Piero from
Yeah, I heard that.
G4.
Ugh.
I don't know who
He
that
used
is.
to do the what was it called? It was basically like Arena on
Arena?
G4. I remember.
Arena?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know
He
you're
had like
talking
the
about.
red
He was.
hair.
Yeah, that's right.
I used to watch that shit, even though I never played the games. Put it like that.
Yeah. I watched a few of them, but just because I wasn't familiar with the games, I was just like, eh.
Yeah, they used to always play. What was it like? Counter Strike and SOCOM.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. SoulCon. Most time that's what I saw him playing with
Yeah,
SoulCon.
SOCOM all the time.
So
Or Halo.
There's still remnants of G4 around. I can't remember podcast I was in the last time I said I found Electric Playground. It's still on.
Yeah, that's still in Canada. They still give it.
Yeah. Well, I was in.
But they added movies to it now.
I was in Jamaica, and it was like, yeah, they added movies to it, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, I have City, and we're here in Massachusetts, so it's on City. If you have City, I don't know wherever you are.
I don't.
I don't know. The channel is called City, and it has like a little, like a Skyline Buildings logo over it. So if you have that, and you got Electric Playground.
All right, and I'm looking at the official start time here.
They put it on Hulu, matter of fact.
2:35
Huh.
p.m. is the Treehouse pre-show for the Nintendo World Championship, and that's Pacific time, so that would be 5:35 Eastern. The actual championship start at 3 p.m. Pacific, which would be 6 o'clock, so it should be done in time for Game of Thrones, and it's going to be on Twitch, YouTube, and e3.nintendo.com. And then Tony Coran just want to know, is there any games anybody would like to see them have in the tournament? I'm thinking
Well, it's going to be points based, so it has to be something that you're going to accumulate points. I'm guessing. So
I definitely think Splatoon should be one of them.
I don't know if it's going to be too many new games, or if
I think
it's
it's going to be like classic kind of Super
It's all
Nintendo.
classic.
Games. I know it's gonna be
Them,
what's it called? NES Remix.
NES Remix, right?
Mhm.
Maybe a couple. It's gonna be cool to just see it because you're gonna have some high skilled people playing, and
Yeah.
they're probably gonna get into it. If they have a audience again, it's gonna get crazy.
well, I guess Tetris would be another one, or Dr. Mario or something like that.
Tetris will be good. Yeah.
I'd like to see I don't know if they could hook up Mario Kart. I don't know if they're going to be competing directly against each other or just to get points in the specific levels. So I guess I'd have to know exactly how they're going to score it.
Well, if it's like it used to be, it was points based. Like they even had like Mario 3.
Yeah,
It was like, who
the
could
Wizard.
ever
I
Yeah, and
heard
the
that
Wizards.
Fred
So
Savage wanted to be a part of it, so maybe he'll make an appearance for us people, old guys that
old
remember the
folks.
Wizard.
It was a
Yeah.
terrible movie, but it was awesome because of that Mario 3
hmm
thing
I
at the
love
end.
how
So.
they knew about the flute the first time they ever seen the game.
I
He's like,
know,
"Oh,
right?
don't."
You like knew the secrets already. I'm like, come on.
It was a good advertisement for Super Mario Brothers
Oh yeah,
3
it's a
and the
2 hour
Power
commercial.
Glove.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
that
hour
scene was dope.
Power Glove.
The Power Glove scene was
Greg
dope.
Kittery had his he thought he was so cool.
What did he say? It's so bad. It's so bad. And that line
It is
delivery
bad.
was so bad.
And the glove worked so bad.
I like
It
how
was
the
terrible.
father, the dude that I guess it's the truck driver or whoever that was looking for him, the father got into it and he was up playing in the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
It's
scene.
been a minute since I've seen that movie, probably at least
Well,
18,
he
20
was
years.
talking about how video games are stupid and for kids. Then he got hooked on it himself.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was kind of creepy to some of the stuff that was
Yeah,
going on.
it was just a weird movie, man. But
Yeah,
I need to rewatch it as an adult and see how I feel about it.
it's hard. It's hard to watch, but
All right, so let's get the least important of the press conferences out of the way first. That's Nintendo. Obviously, Sony. None of us here have PlayStation 4s. I try to get.
I do. I don't got a 4 on it, but I got one.
I got a
PlayStation
PlayStation 3.5. You know, basically
PlayStation 1, 2, 3.
3.9. But I tried to get Nia, the video gamer, because she just got a PS4. I was hoping to get a PlayStation. Somebody that owned the PS4s.
My
You know,
condolences go out to her.
So let's just. We talked about this in the Active Gamer podcast a little bit. I kind of said that I really don't think Sony's going to have much. They're going to focus on third-party multiplats, exclusive content. Here's a prediction: you're going to hear the words, or you'll get it on PlayStation first, probably 50 times in their 2-hour presentation. Either that, or exclusive DLC, or exclusive content only on PlayStation for all these multiplats. And then I predicted a CGI God of War teaser or Kratos or something, and then that'll probably be the highlight for the Sony fans. Anybody have any other expectations or any thoughts?
well, I don't want to jump in first. So go on. Who want to go?
I just want to say, with all the with the talk about the Vita not getting any much support and the sparse comment and all that stuff, it'd be pretty crazy if they actually kind of was like setting it up and then blowed everybody away with a bunch of exclusives. I don't think that's gonna happen, but boy, that fan base would go nuts. They would own the internet for a few weeks.
Sony is known to lie, so maybe this is one of. Usually they lie, telling you you're going to get something. And
You
then
saying go for Vita?
Even Vita, yeah. And
Vita.
I'm just saying, just to be kind of a
that would blow
devil's advocate here. I don't think that's going to happen at all, but it would be. I think it would be a travesty if it did happen.
Like Last Guardian launching.
Launches June 15th. Today.
They would go crazy. I mean, they're already talking up upscale Vita games for the PS4. So,
what about the Order 1886 DLC? That could be a big moment.
That could be. Something like that with like.
But they're gonna add more triangle support.
This is my prediction. This is my prediction for the. This is my prediction for Sony's press conference. Right. I believe that they're gonna come out. They're gonna talk about how well the PlayStation 4 has been selling. They're gonna push that. They're gonna probably have a new SKU, a slimmer model of the PlayStation 4. But then they're going to show you everything coming out in 2018. So all the games that, that's what they're going to show you games that we won't see until 2018, man. That's what I believe. They're
going to show the Last Guardian.
Because look, think about it. And I ain't trying to be funny. I'm being real. Look about it. Everything we saw at the launch of the PlayStation 4, we're not getting to next year. right? Most of it.
Yeah.
Outside of we got one this year, and that was what was that? The Order.
You're right.
We got the Order, and everything else we don't know when that stuff coming out. The Capcom, what's that game? Capcom, the kind of
Street Fighter 5?
No, the other one.
The
dragon with the dragon.
You know.
I can't think of the name of it. We're gonna see some more on No Man's Sky. We probably won't get a release date for that.
Deep down.
No Man's Land.
And coming.
What was it?
Coming out first to PlayStation.
Deep down. That's what you were talking about.
And then we get a whole bunch.
Deep down, yeah.
We're probably gonna get a lot of CGI trailers of games and hopes and dreams that will come out in 2018. So me personally, I think when they came out and said things are looking sparse for this year, I think they said that because they know they truly don't have anything, and they ain't had anything for the last few years, to be honest with you. So
well, it ain't know what they're gonna open.
But they got sales though, so we could cheer.
Yeah, I mean they selling well. You can't knock that.
I'm almost gonna guarantee they're gonna open the show with Metal Gear Solid 5, some kind of gameplay demo, like we haven't seen 100 of those.
Or Halo.
What about Drive Club? Is that out yet?
Oh my bad. I said Halo. I forgot. They don't got exclusives. Hold on.
I'm seriously. I don't think we're gonna see anything with stuff we're not gonna see for at least 2 years.
You think they're gonna show a bunch of stuff coming, like in the future? I think they're just gonna focus on multiplats that are gonna be hitting this year.
Right.
They're gonna have. I'll say this. They'll have at least 6 exclusives shown.
So God of War.
Mm-hmm. The game from the Killzone people, Uncharted, maybe Last of Us 2, CGI teaser, and the 5th game probably Gran Turismo. There you go.
Oh yeah, Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5. That's not even 6. Hold on, let's do one more.
Ratchet and Clank.
Tearaway.
No, they ain't doing that. You crazy? That's cartoony.
I think they're working on one.
No, don't believe it. Do not believe it. That's right there. That's right next to Last Guardian, playing with the big bird dog.
Right. Well, they're gonna have that's what I'm saying. They're gonna have a lot of tech. Sony do it every year, man. They have a lot of tech demos, and half the stuff that they show don't come to fruition. It don't come out. It doesn't. What's the Last Guardian? That's the one game that they what happened to that game?
What happened to it? It's right there, right by the Vita, under the ocean, right next to Deep Down there.
Right, there's Deep Down. What happened to Deep Down from Capcom? Yeah. That's supposed to have been out last year. We didn't get that game.
It was supposed to be like free or something. Then
we were supposed to be free. Drive Club was supposed to be free. That didn't happen. It's a lot of stuff Sony do, man. And that's what I'm saying. They're gonna show us stuff we probably just like we're not seeing it actually hit the system, and like Uncharted 4 is not hitting the system until next year. We don't know when next year, but it's not hitting until next year.
They said before April, so we sound like some cynical fanboys.
I know, I'm just being real.
I know.
Sony comes out. Sony comes out, and a lot of times what we see don't come out until 3-4 years after the system has been released. You know, it seems like that's what they do.
Listen, by this time, we already had 3D World, Pikmin,
right?
Wonderful 101.
101.
And I said,
bunch of
Lego
games.
City Undercover.
I think this would be. We already had Donkey Kong and Mario Kart 8 by this point.
And that's what I was saying in Live and Level when we did ours. Like, man, if you look at the same time frame that PlayStation 4's exclusive releases compared to what Nintendo first year release, a year after they released, it was night and day. I mean, it was sparse for a while, but then you got Pikmin kicked it off, and then you got Wonderful 101, then you got Mario 3D World, you got Lego, Wind Waker,
Sonic
Sonic. Well, we won't talk about Sonic Lost World.
That was okay.
I mean, but we still got it. It's
we got it. And then Donkey Kong. Then Donkey Kong came out. the following that February. Then we got
the game of the generation, Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8. It
That's
is just
questionable. Splatoon.
now look at the PlayStation 4. Since Killzone and what was that?
The emo
Matt.
dude.
Infamous.
Yeah.
You got that.
Emo-famous.
I can't even think of any exclusives that came out between that and the Order.
Bloodborne.
Nah, you remember the one with the guy?
Yeah.
Remember the one with the guy? Remember? Oh no, you don't remember. Never mind.
Yeah, between you say between
It don't exist.
between
I got to thinking, Red. I was like, "What you talking about, man?"
between
then nothing
Infamous
came
and
out.
Order, there wasn't.
Drive Club. I think it was Drive Club was the only thing that came out between
And I didn't even have a guy in the car, so
Uncharted and The
Infamous
Order.
and-
Drive Club came out.
Yeah. So
That's bad, man.
all right, before we move on, I know that I do have some PS4 owners that listen.
I plan
to the
on getting a
podcast.
PS4.
Here's my highlight for the PlayStation press conference, or the highlights, which will be not for me highlights, but will be the games that they show a demo. I think they'll have exclusive first gameplay of Dead Island 2, because last year they had that CGI commercial. It's terrible. You'll get, since they have exclusive advertising for Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, and Battlefield now, we'll get Assassin's Creed demo, we'll get Call of Duty Ops revealed, and then Metal Gear Solid 5. I mean, these multiplats, and you'll hear first on PlayStation, exclusive on PlayStation.
see, Metal Gear was the only cool
You
thing
ain't.
said,
You
and I
didn't
don't
bring
like
up the
Metal
main
Gear,
game,
but
man.
it's just it's the last one. It's the last Metal Gear.
And then
people. You have to be excited for it.
No Man's Skies, man. You didn't say No Man's Skies. You ain't,
They're gonna show
that's the
us.
game.
But that's
They
an
show us
game. Like,
walking.
I don't care how
Yeah, they
big.
gonna show you traveling to different planets
Yeah,
and walking
shit.
around and going to another planet.
And then leave the atmosphere
Yeah,
and go to another
and-
planet and land.
right.
And that's what they're going to
And
show.
land
but
and
I
look at
I actually
the sky. You know, I don't know what's going on in that game.
And look, we are excited. Like, people are excited about No Man's Sky, and rightfully so. It looks beautiful and it looks interesting. It does.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
but a
it
lot of
do,
us
I
are
guess.
excited about Fast Racing Neo. But how many of us actually sit there and like, oh, I can't wait for the direct to see Fast Racing Neo?
Not one of them.
But none of us are saying, hey, it's going to be in a digital event. Can't wait to I can't wait to see that. Most people you hear say, I want to see Devil's Third, Star Fox, this, that.
Right.
But people are going to be like, oh, yeah, No Man's Sky. I'm like, oof.
Come
It's a
on.
desert.
Let me be honest though. Let's be real though. I do believe Sony is gonna do what they typically do, and it's gonna turn some heads. It's gonna get some talking going. But my thing is, will we see any of what they show next year? Will we see that in the following 2 years?
As far as exclusives, yeah.
Project
Right.
Morpheus, man. That's
Man,
gonna become important.
Man, that's going to be forgotten, just like the
already
Vita.
ditched
It's going to be
Not on
what they
Sony
call the
side.
Vita.
And on the Sony side, they're gonna be talking about it like it's the next big.
It's going to be a
yeah,
legendary. What they call the Vita now, legendary or something
Legacy.
like that. It's going to be a
Legacy.
legacy item, just like the Virtual Boy.
No, there's going to be
Remember
a
they made
vitality
that?
sense.
All right, I just thought of one of the highlights of the show. They're going to say, during the Order 1886, users hit the triangle button 5 million times.
They're probably going to have a deluxe edition of the Order. You know.
That
The
remember how
highlight,
they said
the highlights,
how many times
people
people
saying,
hit the
oh,
share?
my God, Kearney came out, and I jumped into my tub naked, and I was dreaming he was in there with me. or they brought back Kevin Butler. Oh, it was epic. They did it. They won.
Yeah.
Nothing that involves games. It's gonna be something like that. Watch.
Think they're going to drop the price? I think they might do that.
Wow. People buying it with no games.
They're
It's like,
going
they're
to
about to
keep
get
the
games.
price and
Yeah,
give you
well,
more storage.
I have a question though. Like, what if Splatoon came out, right? And it was like there was a video online right now that had the cutscenes in Splatoon, and the video just said nothing but cutscenes, and the video was 3 hours long of cutscenes, just cutscenes from the game. Like, how would people respond to Splatoon if people were saying, "Oh, this is a 6-hour game," but cutscenes are 3 hours long?
Oh,
Like, what would be the response?
It would be merciless.
Yeah.
I just want to know. So stop
From
Look at the
comparing
Nintendo
response
Splatoon.
fans, too.
Splatoon, and Splatoon has more
Exactly.
content than Uncharted collection they're getting for $60. And it's just better than that because those are old games that are. I don't care if it's 1080p, 60 frames per second. They're basically the worst version of those games.
Right.
Because you ain't getting a huge component of it. But all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. Like, that's like people just. And then Order is like, come on, let's be for real. Infamous, again, let's be for real. Infamous was like a 2-hour game.
And I'm a fan of Uncharted. I have Uncharted 1 through 3, so you can't cry to me about it.
I'm a fan of
Uncharted
too.
Now, as far as remakes, isn't it Sony who has the most remakes this gen?
Oh yeah,
so far
because they have the multiplats in there.
At least announced. I don't know if they're out now, but at least as far as announced, they do.
So they got God of War 3. They got the Uncharted. They had
Last of Us.
What else? They got the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, they got Devil May Cry.
Some of these aren't exclusive either. Like
Not
I walked into the store and I saw
Devil May Cry
right 2 for Xbox One. I'm like, what? When did that happen?
Right. So I mean, is Sony pretty much? I mean, because pretty much they come out and say the lineup is sparse, and I'm pretty sure that's not what they're gonna show at E3. They ain't gonna show anything that's coming out this year, pretty much.
The lineup is sparse for this year, but not for E3. I think the E3
right. That's what I'm saying. E3, they're gonna have games. I'm just saying you won't see those games probably until it's 2015, about 2017. To be honest, you're not gonna see any of those games next year.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's to me. That's what makes it a joke. It's like you're gonna be into this system about 5 years into the system without really getting anything worth to be talking about outside of what Bloodborne and Uncharted 4 exclusive.
We can't talk, man. Zelda got delayed. So.
Well, but look at all the gems. Look at the gems that Nintendo and Xbox, because it ain't a lot, but it's more gems on the Xbox exclusively than it was that's been on the PlayStation 4. I ain't hating. It's just, dude, that's a lot of money to be spending to get 2 noteworthy exclusives for 4 to 5 years into a system. If that was Nintendo or Xbox, they'd be dogging the crap out of it.
They'd be dead.
You know what bothers me is that Nintendo is gonna go into E3 and say, "Hey, look at Star Fox. Star Fox is gonna come out at blah blah blah," and then people are gonna say, "Oh, this that," and the this that that's negative. They're gonna hate on whatever because people are gonna look at it and not look at whatever's doing right. They're gonna try to find what's bad, just like they did with Splatoon, just like they do with Nintendo in general. Right. You know what I mean? They're gonna dissect the whole digital event down from before it even starts. They're gonna say, "Oh, it's only 45 minutes long. Last year's was longer. Sucks." Like little things that they just go in with negative thoughts. But the difference between Nintendo and the other guys is that Sony is gonna walk into E3. You already saw the outside of E3. They got the whole banner, that lame ass picture of Drake looking down at his penis for no reason. That they actually made the box art. It's stupid. It's so bad. It's like Uncharted is such a colorful, vibrant game with forward. They decided to make it look like Caesar and Planet of the Apes in the rain. Like great, there he is.
It's pretty good.
But they're gonna go into that building. They're gonna get on stage in front of the millions and millions, and they're gonna say, "Look at Uncharted 4. Enjoy playing the old games." And then Microsoft is gonna come out and say, "Hey, check out Gears of War. Enjoy playing the old games." Yeah. They both gonna do the same thing. So not only are they gonna do the same thing, but then when it comes to third-party games, it's gonna be the same thing. We get tired of seeing you see the Assassin's Creed at Sony, then you see it at Microsoft, then you see it at Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
3 times every year. It's like this year is gonna be the worst for those reasons. That's why I'm gonna whatever they have that's exclusive, that's to the systems, those things better shine. Because if it doesn't, they going in horrible and coming out even worse.
I think, I think Sony pretty much. I can't say I don't know with Microsoft. I don't know, but it ain't because I own an Xbox. It's because I do think they're gonna have some stuff. Sony showed their hand already to come out and say that this early. To me, they ain't got no trick up their sleeve. They ain't trying to pull no wool over nobody's eyes. They letting you know everything we showing you is future. This is for down the road.
Say they're gonna focus on third parties.
Right. They ain't standing there for no reason. They know that even though that system has been selling well, Sony, I mean, when they came out and they said it's hard to to get third party exclusives in that same uh, message that they put out, or that same thing where they're talking about is sparse. They said they find it hard to get exclusive because of financial reasons. They said all that in the same statement. So to say both of those things, huh?
No, they doing bad. Like they're about to lose the James Bond movie rights.
That's what I'm saying. They ain't in a they not in a position, man. That's what I'm saying.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
They in a bad place, man. That's what I'm saying. Everything you're gonna see at E3 is gonna be with a 2-year cushion on it. You ain't gonna see that stuff, and you might not ever see it. But you know, if you gonna see it, you won't see it in the next 2.5 years.
I honestly don't even think they're gonna. I think Uncharted, God of War, and maybe the Killzone team. I think those are the only exclusives you're gonna see. I think they're just gonna promote the multiplats big time. I think there's gonna be a whole lot of live gameplay demos of these multiplat games. I honestly think that's what they're gonna focus on, and then Uncharted and end with the God of War teaser. And I think a lot of Sony fans will say they won E3 based off that.
They can come up and give everybody ice cream and something. They say Sony won.
You sure spend a lot of time on it for a console. You ain't got much coming.
I know. We talked about.
I like Sony. I ain't gonna lie. I like Sony. I would have rather bought the PlayStation 4 than the Xbox One, but I couldn't deny what I was seeing, man. I saw this and I kept telling people, man. I don't know what y'all getting hot. Told my boy K-Bum, like, dude, it ain't nothing coming to that system. I don't see what y'all seeing in this system. Far as what it has coming to it, and it's playing out just like I saw before the thing even came out. They don't have the money to do anything for that system. That system sold off of pure hype. It's just a hype system. It doesn't have anything.
All right, let's move on because Sony got
let's go.
I hate to say it.
I was ready. I said juice again. T story.
All right, Microsoft. Now, some people last year thought Microsoft's press conference was really good. I skipped through it. I just skipped the Call of Duty. I skipped the Assassin's Creed crap. I mean, I don't know how you can count like that stuff is good. I mean, it's Assassin's Creed. You saw it on Ubisoft at their press conference. I mean, Quantum Break they just announced that game's not going to be at E3 at all in any form. You might see it next at Gamescom or something.
Right, that's what they said.
Announced a 1 terabyte Xbox One release date for June 15th. Controller in the Halo Master Chief Collection for $400. So I thought maybe they would announce a slim model at E3, but I don't know why they do that and this at the same time. So, but they have Cerny or whatever. He said that they got the best lineup of Xbox's history coming up. So, and they've been saying they got a lot of.
Cerny.
What's his name?
Spencer.
Yeah, Cerny is Sony.
Yeah, got confused, but I do like
Phil Spencer. I think
I like the guy. I hope he has as much influence as possible because I think he's a good person or at least a good guy running the game division. I think
he says the right things. Let's just say that.
So,
yeah, he says the right things.
I'm a fan of his, but he's been saying that they're going to focus on exclusives and they're not going to do remasters. They're kind of pulling a Sony with the whole DRM stuff when Sony got all that hype. Now they're making statements about they're going to try to resist doing the easy solution and just remastering games, even though they did the Master Chief Collection. But
and Gears of War is coming, we know.
So what do you really think that they're going to deliver with some exclusives, some games we know nothing about, or do you think that it's just going to be third-party multi-plat stuff again?
Well, I mean, they talked about having some secret exclusives, stuff from Rare. Right. Banjo was mentioned, Battletoads was mentioned.
Right.
So I'm hoping we're going to see one of those games or whatever the Rare IP they're talking about. We're going to see that come out. Jet Force Gemini, please.
I can't get excited. Even if it was Jet Force Gemini, I wouldn't get excited.
I was going to say that's probably the only one that they could probably do some justice to because the game had pretty hard to deal with controls to begin with, so they could do something to make it, maybe even make it better. I don't know, but that's probably the only IP that they couldn't completely damage at this point, because I don't think they can do a good banjo. I don't, Battletoads. I don't think it's going to be like Battletoads that we know. It'll probably be something different.
Yeah, I mean, it's irrelevant at this point.
Right, like all these people talking about. I'm like, really, Battletoads? Like, Battletoads is cool and all, but
anything that they do, they're gonna act like it's a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried to get me with Killer Instinct. That didn't really
track records matter, but now all of a sudden they don't. So I'm like, all right, so let's get Team Ninja to make the next Metroid game and let's start celebrating. You did it. Got it.
So,
you
you think we'll see Scalebound, like some actual gameplay?
Yeah. We better. Yeah, I don't want to see another CG trailer. Like, I want to be hyped about this game because it's Platinum Games, but I need some gameplay to be hyped about it. So,
me personally, man, I think Microsoft is in a good position because they do have Halo 5 that they're going to show.
Yeah, that comes out October. They already have a release.
They got the exclusive right. Well, they got timed exclusive with Uncharted. Not Uncharted, but Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
they got that to show. We're gonna probably see a take on the Gears of War. They probably show you the remake, but they probably gonna give you a teaser of the new Gears of War. Because you said Spellbound, I'm thinking you're gonna probably see either Battletoads or something from Rare. It might not be good. It could be. I don't know. But I think Xbox is in a real good position to even come out and say that we're totally focused on exclusives. That they feeling good right now. So I think they're in a good place. I think that's why Sony came out and said what they said to brace people, because I think they know Microsoft is in a good position.
I mean, just Rise of the Tomb Raider. I think it's going to get delayed, but still.
I don't. I think that's coming out.
Yeah, I think it's coming out too.
Okay.
I think that's why Uncharted got delayed. Be honest with you, I think Uncharted got delayed for that reason.
Saying they scared?
No, what I'm saying is, did you see? Okay, from my understanding, now I don't get too hyped off of visuals, but from my understanding, that little small trailer that they showed of the Rise of the Tomb Raider, this latest leak, that second part where she climbs up the cliff and walks into the cavern or the cave with the light, that's all supposed to be in-game footage.
On PC probably.
I believe when I see it.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what they saying, that they're supposed to be in game, and then you look at it. So I don't know, but if that is how the game look, yeah, I bet I think it's gonna. I think Uncharted was not ready, and they knew that game was coming out. They didn't want to put it up side by side with that game. That's my opinion.
Because Tomb Raider's been it'll be 3 years probably by the time it hits, and is that going to hit PC? Because I know it's console exclusive. Is it going to hit PC at the same time? Because I don't
think it's hitting at the same time. No,
later down the line, I think.
Later down, you're right.
I definitely want to play that game. But yeah, if they got Rise of the Tomb Raider, Scalebound like gameplay, Halo 5, actually some single player, that Gears of War, and they'll probably show Forza 6. I mean, that right there.
That's a good lineup.
That's a good lineup. That's a really good lineup.
And then you got if Rare's making a game. But the thing I want to say about Gears, I was thinking about that today. Like when Gears of War really pushed the 360 from a visual standpoint, you talk about Gears of War 2 and 3, like still one of the two of the best looking games on the 360. In my mind, like when I see that game in my mind, like thinking back, I see like visuals like we're seeing right now on the PS4, Xbox One. So just my memory is remembering it way better than it probably really looks.
Nah, you're right.
They're not much better. Like
it's not. That's the whole thing, man. That's not.
What I'm saying. Is Gears of War, can it have impact? I mean, because it's not going to be that huge leap. Because visuals was the big years. I saw the comparison between the original and the remake because they leaked it, and it's a jump, bro. It's better, way better looking. I ain't gonna front on that.
Way better. Like I saw it, I didn't think it was way better.
I don't know, man, because
it has some good lighting and texture on the the brick. But it looked better looking.
But at the end of the day, like about 10 minutes in,
But I wouldn't compare that to what they
you won't
do with
even
the new
care.
game.
He's
The
like,
new
oh,
game
this
is
is
gonna
Gears
look
of
sick.
War. So
I
like
What'd you
mean,
say,
that.
Red? I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry, man.
Oh, I was gonna say the new Gears. I said I think it'll look real sick.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
think
the
the
new
new
I
Gears.
won't
one.
We
go
was
as
talking
far as to
about the
say
remake,
it'll
the
look.
remake Gears.
yeah, I was talking about the
Oh,
new
because
one.
the new one, I was saying, I
I
think
don't
that
think
will
the
look way
new
better
one's.
than. I think it'll look better than Uncharted.
I think it'll look good, but I don't think it'll look as good as even my memory of 2 and 3. Like I just
Nah, because we had never seen nothing like that as
because
gamers
those
Yeah,
on
really
it's
console.
like
really took it
uh,
to a new level from
Right, it
and
it's like
did.
it's like
is
pretty
done.
versions of last gen games.
That's what we
So,
get.
Right. And that's why
but
I was so. That's why I was so hopeful for Quantum Break because to me, out of all the games that I saw, Uncharted included, I felt like Quantum Break was far as visuals, it was the best looking game that I was seeing out of all that was being shown. That's
See, not
why
even.
Go ahead, my bad.
No, I was just gonna say, not even visual from a visual standpoint. I thought gameplay wise, it was the first
Right.
quote unquote next gen game that we got. Like as far as what they were trying to do with it,
Yeah,
it actually felt
that's
like
why
a
I was
new
saying video
game.
because to
Yeah,
pull in that time lapse and make the time fold on itself and kind of unfold. I was visually it was like I ain't never seen nothing like this in real time where you could actually walk into frozen time and then it's fracturing and breaking up and starting and pausing as
it's
you
kind of
go
like in
through it.
Quicksilver or something like
Yeah, it was
Quicksilver X
dope.
Men.
So yeah, from a visual
yeah,
standpoint
but
and
that
of
and that
physics, that was pretty cool.
the actual gameplay they showed though, you weren't like walking through the environment. That was just CG when they first showed it.
But
I
they
Yeah,
got
got
like in
I,
the
another one. They
gameplay.
got another
I
one with
saw that.
gameplay that is
I
doing
saw it
that.
where it's like at
Yeah.
night and he's kind of
Yeah, I thought
ducking
that
down.
was still pretty
It
pretty
looked
pretty
cool. I
awesome.
like, but what I think
Yeah.
was I don't think they really had the gameplay when they first showed it. I think
No,
once they
no,
came up with it, they realized they had to build a game around that, and I think that's why.
they had concept art like every.
Probably. You
I
right,
think
right
once
on
they
that.
realized that they came up with that gameplay idea of pausing time, and then the enemy wouldn't know that you were in a different spot. They're
That's
like,
what
okay,
slowed down the production.
okay,
That's what slowed it down.
let's make a game around this now. You know, like they started at the wrong point, and they had
And they're
that
still doing
TV
the
show.
TV show. That's
I don't
I'm sure
know.
that has something to do
No,
with the
I think
time.
that's scratched.
Really?
I
I
said
would,
I would think it is. We ain't heard nothing about it
I know they
since
just kind of
since that
quietly.
E3.
but
No,
I have a,
they
I
showed it
have a,
last year at E3, right? Like
yeah.
they were
No,
talking
the
about
year
it.
before I thought they didn't say nothing about
No, no, they did. They showed it because they were talking about isn't Spielberg or somebody producing it, or
I'm not sure
I thought
anymore.
that was Halo.
maybe that's Halo. Never
Yeah, that
mind.
was Halo. But
Never mind.
I'm gonna make a prediction, not to be cynical, but I think Quantum Break's gonna end up the Watchdog route. I think when it all said and done, they're not gonna deliver what they initially promised, and it'll be a decent game, probably a good game, but it just won't be as game changing as the first time we saw the gameplay showed it. So that's
I
just a
hope not.
prediction. I could be
I'm
wrong,
holding
but
out hope
Yeah,
because
I'm
that's the
holding
only reason
out.
I bought the Xbox One.
I
So I
was
gotta
see
hold
that's
out hope.
that's why you shouldn't buy games for games as prom. It's not. But I was gonna say I think that game will turn out fine because I think what they did was push it back because it was gonna tie too much into the show, and I think they canceled the show. So it was like, we gotta basically we gotta make this into a game
Yeah,
and not Heavy Rain.
that's probably right.
I got you. That makes sense.
That's what I
That
think
makes a
happened. So I
lot of
think
sense.
it could turn out okay. Maybe they'll do like little things like they've changed a little bit from
Or
what they
Yeah.
showed.
are
If
they?
they had,
Maybe the character.
What about this, y'all? They did say that the Xbox One was built around, DirectX 12. So what if they try to get it to run
utilize
better
that.
on that? Because
Hmm.
that's supposed to give it a little bit more oomph. But I don't know. That's all hype to
Yeah.
me. But
I think Red might be right. Like the Cable Box One didn't take off the way they thought it was, so
hmm
all that TV stuff doesn't matter anymore. And they're like, oh, we might
right,
as well scrap this and make
Yeah,
a
because I'm
game.
telling you, that game is going to be a shallow experience
Yeah, I think
because
you're
the show
probably
was
right.
supposed to make up for more. And since there's no show, they're like, yeah, now we can make this beefier. We don't want to do, we don't want to, triangle button game like Order.
Yeah,
So
they had to
let's
go
let's
back
you
to the
know
drawing
let's
board.
actually make it a full game that could spawn sequels, maybe have an online mode and all this crazy stuff.
yeah, we'll
Yeah, I
see.
think you might be right about that.
But
hey,
anybody have a feeling that maybe Microsoft could be as good and maybe even surpass the digital event? Anybody want to go that far?
I'm gonna say this: it's gonna be between those two. That's who I think is gonna steal the show. It's either gonna be Microsoft or Nintendo. It's definitely not gonna be Sony. I can tell you that right now.
Y'all crazy. Ubisoft got this.
It's not gonna be Sony on this side, but they can be claiming victory before it even starts.
Ubisoft got it. They got it. They gonna bring back that crazy dude.
They're gonna have.
Who you said Ubisoft? I just caught what you were talking about.
Yeah. Who do they have host that usually? Painful to watch.
This pretty chocolate thing.
Oh yeah,
I like
Taylor.
Yeah,
Isha.
Yeah,
I think she's a good host.
I think they wore her out though, man. She kind of lost to me. Last year she was kind of got boring to me.
Wearing that out.
I got a confession, guys.
I ain't mean it like that, but you know what I mean.
You wore it out, huh?
All her catchiness was kind of dry this last time because it was pretty much the same routine from the year before.
And they showed the same games you saw at Microsoft.
Yeah, but I think it's more natural than Cammie Dunaway and.
Yeah.
All right, I got two things to say here.
You know.
First of all, I'm gonna make a confession. I've never watched a Ubisoft E3 press conference or EA's in my life.
You ain't missing nothing.
I kind of dissed them in the past, but I've never actually watched one. I watched like 5 minutes of Aisha Taylor or whatever. But,
yeah, that's her name, Aisha Taylor.
Here's my question: Sony or Microsoft? Who has the Division gameplay during the?
I would say Sony.
I'm gonna go with Sony on that. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write this down.
Cause they ain't got much else to show, so it'll get more light at Sony.
That'll be at you, sure. But
we're gonna start talking about that Division downgrade.
I'm telling y'all right now. So the people listening to this, when y'all watching E3 next week, and this happens, understand that I'm screaming at the TV saying this is trash. All right. If they show a guy with a group of people, obviously they're gonna do that. But listen, with a group of people walking down a New York City street filled with snow, garbage.
I agree.
Doing the same thing again, garbage. And when I say garbage, I mean shovelware. I really feel that way. Like you can't show a game for 5 years. It's like you show Mario Galaxy 3. They showed it 3 years ago in the same stage every time.
Mm-hmm.
And but look, this time there's a little question mark block now there that Mario can hit. Like what?
So, do you think Microsoft or Sony will have a gameplay demo during their press conference, or do you think Ubisoft will save that for themselves?
I think they'll both have it.
Yeah, I think they'll have quote-unquote gameplay.
I think Sony will have it, and Ubisoft not Xbox.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't they do what was that? Watch Dogs at Sony's and Ubisoft that year that they showed Watch Dogs supposedly running on the PlayStation 4 when it was actually a computer.
And then they had Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it'll be at PlayStation. You're right. It'll be at PlayStation, I say, because they really don't have as much as Microsoft.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They get more time at Sony than they would at Microsoft.
They're gonna send Ubisoft on that stage and be like, take your time.
And I just
want
to
I hope
say,
they don't show Assassin's Creed.
Oh, they're going to.
One of them will. I think Sony will show Assassin's Creed.
Sony's probably show
Assassin's Creed with what's her name? The game Shoki always like, which I like that game too from the little bit I played.
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge.
Oh yeah, Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, like
with
that. Yeah.
One of the that's another game that'll maybe get shown at one of the. I just have a feeling Sony's going to have all of the multi-plat games. I mean,
they need it.
They're the leading platform for it now.
Yeah, because Call of Duty, they got the advertising rights to that now. It's just like you're gonna.
And that could be why Microsoft said they're going to focus more on their exclusives because they know that right now Sony has a lot of the.
Oh, I guess I don't know 100%. That's what I heard, but.
Oh, because if it's true, then they're gonna open a show with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
right.
They have exclusive stuff, so.
That's what Microsoft did last year. Was open with Call of Duty. That's why
360 this
every
gen.
year they do that.
Yeah,
every year they do that.
They
they don't know the run button.
They're the lead platform. They're the 360 this gen.
Yeah, I love the gameplay demos where they just walk and move the camera slowly just to create that atmosphere when no one ever gonna play it that way. They're just gonna run through it.
Nobody.
It's like watching if Nintendo would have showed Splatoon, showed you walking around, looking, and shooting your ink occasionally. Like that would be the equivalent.
Never
put that footage of me like in Inkopolis, just sliding around as the squid. Ooh,
real slow. Outside of your ink when you move, like. So I just want to say to my audience, I'm going to watch the Microsoft and Sony press conferences so I can make videos and have a conversation about it. I don't want to, especially Sony's. Last year's was so bad, but I'm going to watch it for the fans. I'm going to watch it for my subscribers and the viewers. So I'm going to actually have genuine impressions. So I just want to, throw that out there. I'm doing it against my will. Just
3 hours.
Oh God, I got work off all week.
If Sony starts an hour late and then it's like one of those 3-hour things, this year I might actually be like, you know what? I'm tapping out. Nope, I'm not doing it. So they start like at 9 o'clock at night, and then they be like, nope, sorry, we're running a little bit late. We're starting at 9:38. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to be 3 hours long. And then you sit there and then you be seeing people they bring out the move and it's like, what? Like that still exists? Then they start making Play-Doh things and, just a bunch of stuff in between. Like, what is this? Rock concerts in the middle of it. Like, what is all this?
Yeah, why? Why is this? Like,
yeah, it's the same thing like with Usher at the Xbox and like I'm here because this is the Christmas of video games. I'm not here for Summer Jam. I'm here for video games.
Yeah, and last year's was 2 hours and 45 minutes. In case people thought you were exaggerating.
That's unacceptable because they got no games. Like I would like to rewind that right now and fast forward. Like what did they show for 2 hours and 45 minutes?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
PlayStation TV. They showed how many people hit the share button. They had a Little Big Planet in terrible demonstration.
Yeah. Didn't somebody do an edit online where they just went through and just did all the game stuff and put it all together? It was like 40 minutes or something.
Yeah.
See, I was off TV playing my Wii U, which I will do this year. That's the only way I'm going to make it through. And I can't play Splatoon off TV, so...
Nah, you get murked.
I mean, you can. There's no off TV.
I'm just saying, even if you were, and you're trying to watch that, you get murked.
Oh, yeah.
You obviously can't do it, but yeah.
I salvaged a wireless keyboard and mouse from work they were going to recycle, and I just put some new letters on it. So I'm going to move my PC upstairs this year and have my keyboard and mouse on my couch. So I'm going to be comfortable for that 3-hour Sony press conference, so I'm not sitting in my uncomfortable computer chair. So
I watched things on the Wii U, everything.
Yeah, that's what I watched, everything on my...
Yeah,
but I'm be at work around that time.
Everything on there.
Yeah,
it never really...
I know I want to be able to message people and maybe do a quick live reaction video and stuff. So I'm gonna have it. I got the whole week off. I'm gonna be ready. So let's get into the final company. I thought we would be already talking about Nintendo by now, but so Nintendo.
Square Enix, let's do this.
Yeah, we forgot Square Enix. Damn, Bethesda. Nintendo's doing a digital event again. We don't know the exact time. We just know that Square Enix is coming an hour after Nintendo starts, so I would guess between
Nintendo's
45. Yeah, then Square's is at 1, so they pushed it back for Nintendo, and so we'll get at least probably 40 to an hour. I think 40 minutes to an hour, and it's going to be, if anybody is listening to this and hadn't watched the last two Nintendo at E3, it's almost all gameplay. They do a little bit in between. Hopefully there'll be some funny moments like they did last year with Robot Chicken and stuff. But for the most part, they show gameplay. Yeah, the fight with Iwata and Reggie. I mean, there's going to be some epicness to it. So what are your thoughts on the digital event? What are you thinking they're going to do? Go with the comedy route again, or?
They doing a digital event again? Oh, they already lost.
They're not at E3. I forgot.
They're not at E3. They're not at E3. So
Nintendo's not going to E3. We're done.
Reggie should. I know he ain't gonna shave his head since he got to walk around the show floor, but he should put on makeup and have all the tattoos, have the glasses on, and have a big machine gun, and he should be the guy from Devil's Third. That's what the show. Like you know how Duke Nukem used to walk up to the screen and talk on a black background. That's what he should do and open. You know why? Because that would give that game a bigger push than actually even showing it.
That's about
as the character and it's rated M. I think that would be huge.
That'd be all over Twitter.
I'm hoping that Nintendo gives Devil's Third the just time for in the direct because or the digital event because I don't know if they spent a lot of time on Bayonetta, did they?
Yeah, last year.
I mean, you got to think too that they'll probably show Devil's Third the most during the.
I hope so.
Treehouse Live. Treehouse Live.
There was a lot of Treehouse stuff on Devil's Third after.
Yeah. I know they're doing it on Tree. I'm talking about doing the digital event. I'm hoping they give adequate time to, because Nintendo, it's a lot. They do that, man. They spend like all day talking about first party, then they give you. Here's a quick teaser of Bayonetta 2, and it's like, this is a game you should have been spending a lot of time with, So
I agree. I think what Red said was perfect. Like that's the kind of attention they need to give Devil's Third. Like Reggie needs to do something and have it all over Twitter, and then be another little meme, and then people be talking about Devil's Third like they do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If they do it like Red said, they show it or they give them time to it. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
they don't typically do that.
That'd be great. Yeah, they did that.
Because I personally thought. And I still think they're going to show Splatoon there because they should.
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense for them to show new stages, get people excited about it. It's in stores right now. And you don't even got to walk to the store. You can get so excited watching it on your TV, you start twitching and just buy it. Not even notice your hand was twitching and then went on the eShop and downloaded it.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, they could be like tatting them up, like in the middle of tatting Reggie up or whatever, and they just finished one of the tats. They have him looking like the guy. He'd be like, "Oh, looks like my body is ready." That would explode.
Jeez, you guys just came up with gold right there, man.
That's gold right there. So,
that's why Nintendo, y'all supposed to call me nothing.
So, does anyone think they'll stick with Robot Chicken, or do you think they'll go give somebody else a chance to shine?
I think they'll give somebody else
a chance.
Yeah.
Because even if it fails, at least you try something different. Like, don't try to do one for one the same thing you did last year.
True.
Yeah,
because it won't be as funny this time.
Yeah.
Even if it's funny, it'll be like, it was good, but it was the same thing.
They should get like Matt and Trey from South Park to do with the little Team America type deal. that would be crazy.
So we haven't really talked about 3DS. Here's the lineup of games I think we'll get in the digital event for sure. Star Fox X, even though we've seen a ton of it. Mario Maker, probably also with a 30th anniversary for Mario kind of thing at the same time. Yoshi's Woolly World, Fatal Frame 5 probably. I would think Shin Megami Cross Fire Emblem or Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, and then hopefully Devil's Third. I mean, I would think for sure. And then probably Fire Emblem for the 3DS, and I can't really think of Zelda. Maybe they'll do another little trailer or something. I don't know, but I'm trying to think of for a 3DS.
Is this the digital event?
Yeah, just in the digital event.
I think a lot of some of the stuff you named should just be with the Nintendo Treehouse.
Because most of these games we've seen.
Right, like Yoshi's Wally or Willy, how you would say that, World. I think that should just stay in the Treehouse. I think they need to give time to those games that we haven't seen a lot of, like
Star Fox,
like Devil's Third, Star Fox, whatever Retro is working on should get shown. Or I think they're gonna show Zelda. I just think Zelda's not gonna be at E3 on the floor to play. I think they're gonna have a trailer to show off for Zelda Wii U or whatever. They're gonna have something there to show.
Maybe they have the title.
Yeah, for a game that was supposed to come out this year, we haven't seen nothing.
Right, they're gonna show something on that. They're just not gonna let you play it. That's what I took from when they said it's not gonna be at E3. I never took it that they meant it wasn't gonna be shown in some type of capacity. I just think they're not gonna let anybody touch it and play it and feel the mechanics of it or the gameplay of it.
Digital event isn't at E3; it's online.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see Zelda. I think we'll see some stuff we haven't seen, and between the 3DS, I think it's going to be Metroid Prime and a Metroid for the 3DS. That's what I think. I think that's going to be one that they're going to show, and Star Fox, Devil's Third, and then a few other like what's that? Uh, Xenoblade. I think they're gonna show some more of that.
we've seen a lot of that, but
Yeah,
they'll
they're
probably
gonna show because they're gonna show some more of that. But the games like the what's that? The horror game.
Fatal Frame.
I think they'll leave that strictly to the Treehouse and all that.
Give it a little trailer and a release date.
Possibly.
I mean, over in the U.S., we really haven't seen. I mean, obviously you can see the Japanese trailers and stuff, but I think there's going to be quite a bit of 3DS, and then, like I said, Fire Emblem's the only thing I know for sure I would expect, and maybe, like you said, if there's a Metroid, they got to have a little bit more.
There's a Metroid.
If they don't show it this year, it's not coming to the Wii U. I'm just telling you that right now.
What, Metroid?
Yeah, if they don't show anything on it this year, it's skipping the Wii U.
It ain't like it ain't skipped the console before, N64.
Yeah, Metroid. Yeah, it skipped like the GameCube. Well, not the GameCube, but the N64.
Yeah, I was trying to be funny.
Oh, okay. No, my bad. I took you serious. My bad, Mr. T.
All right,
what are you talking about?
So here's just a question. I've done a question, asked you guys, and I'm writing down the answers for each. What will Nintendo open the digital event? What game will they open? Like if they have a little opening, but what's the first game they'll show?
That's easy. That's gonna be Mario Sunshine HD, son. It could be Mario Sunshine.
I think
it's gonna come with like a code or whatever, so you can get to download the map in Splatoon. I'm just playing.
All right, for real.
It's gonna be Star Fox.
I'm a guess. I hope it's not Star Fox, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
And if it is, then hopefully they got something to close it with that's not Animal Crossing. Because Animal Crossing, as exciting as it'll be more exciting if it wasn't the last taste you had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like people always want that game with oomph to it.
Nintendo Land
and
2012.
You know, exactly. So I think the second game, before I say what I think is first, I think the second game is going to be Mario Maker.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have for first.
Oh, see, I think that'll be the second.
I think it's going to be a 30th
and the first
anniversary.
game.
That makes sense, yeah.
To start off with a 30th anniversary Mario with Mario Maker. That's just so. Okay, go ahead, Red.
Oh.
What game?
No, you was going to say something, right, T?
Oh, no, I was just saying that makes sense that Mario Maker would be first. Being at 30th anniversary and all that, so yeah.
The first game Nintendo's going to start with is Last Guardian. No. Seriously. See, it's hard to guess with Nintendo because I was thinking like in between they were going to have like obviously I still thought they were going to do the Splatoon. But now that they're doing the Smash thing before, I say so. I don't think Smash might even appear unless they're gonna announce like new characters or announce who was the voted character, which I think that doesn't end till like later, right?
Mm-hmm.
This year. So I don't think they can even do that. So they might announce some stuff for Mario Kart, but you wouldn't start with that. It's hard to guess because going into Nintendo more than anybody else, and plus they don't got no third parties for it. It's hard to guess what they're gonna show first.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker 2.
The Zelda trailer.
I'm gonna say Paper Mario started. Second game will be Mario Maker to get Mario out the way and to make up for the fact that last year there was the whole thing, no Mario game this year. You know, probably I guess.
So you're thinking Paper Mario for Wii U?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they'll start at like a little 30th anniversary thing. It'll probably go Paper Mario, Mario Maker. They might show Yoshi after that. And this will all be like 10 minutes.
Yeah, what are they going to show of Yoshi is probably just like the amiibo stuff that we haven't gotten here.
Yeah.
Like they have an amiibo
and
trailer.
They might say October or whatever month.
All right, love it.
Mario Maker September?
Yeah, it sucks because it's coming out this month in UK.
Yeah, I wish we got it in August or something, but...
Yeah.
I think I shall see Xenoblade again. It's hard to really guess on Nintendo.
I don't know, man. I don't really have an answer for this one. I mean, I would just lean to what y'all saying because I haven't been keeping up with it enough to even know. But I would probably say Mario Maker will be the first one they came out with, or the last. It needs to be the first or last because they're going to want to push that game in some capacity.
Yeah.
All right, here's another question.
It would be a 3DS game.
I think the last would be Metroid. I think that would how they would end it if they were smart. If Metroid is
let's
coming.
also say what we'll think they'll end it with, and I'm gonna say they're gonna end it with Star Fox. So even though they had Zelda in the middle last year, and that was the highlight, so I think they'll end it with Star Fox.
Oh, the digital event?
Yeah.
I think next level.
No, I think they're gonna come out with Star Fox.
Okay. Well, you said Mario Maker, so.
I thought we was talking about the tournament. I'm sorry. I guess I got.
No, digital event. What's the first game they're gonna show?
I think the first game we'll see is Star Fox.
Okay.
And the last one will probably be like what Mr. T said, Metroid. It'll be pushed in there like we got another thing for you, and they run it. That's what I believe.
If they're savvy, that's what they would do.
And Zelda somewhere in the middle. Zelda in the middle somewhere. I'm being hopeful, man.
These are hopes and dreams.
So I'm always hoping for Metroid, but I don't think we're gonna get it this year.
No.
I'm floating in the sky. No, go ahead. My bad.
So do you think new footage of Devil's Third and seeing Star Fox for the first time would be enough if all the other stuff they show is 2015 games, early 2016? I think there's going to be quite a bit of 3DS games that we don't even know about. Would that be a successful digital event since we've seen Yoshi Woolly World to death, we've seen Fatal Frame to death, we've seen enough Mario Maker that we need to see X, we've seen just a ton of X. So really the Devil's Third and Star Fox are the only games we know about that haven't had really any significant footage, in Star Fox none, so...
it depends on if Star Fox lives up to the hype that we believe in it will be, and they show Devil's Third and it's good. I hope they change the model scheme with the main protagonist in Devil's Third. I don't care I like the original dude that they showed it when they first showed it when it was going to the 360. I like that model.
The generic white dude with the scar.
I'd rather have him with than the tattooed bald head drummer. I don't I don't know what's going on with that, but I still no, I don't think that's enough. Be honest with you, I'm be honest. I don't think that's enough for Nintendo if they do that. If that's all they're going to show for the Wii U, and then there's a lot of 3DS stuff. I'm be honest.
I think Pokemon will be there for the 3DS as a big game.
You do? Okay, I ain't think of that. But I'm not a Pokemon fan, so I ain't gonna.
As a Wii U owner, for me, it would be enough because I know I'm gonna be having some really cool stuff coming through the rest of this year. But as far as the who wins on the hype, that wouldn't be.
No,
enough
that's what I'm saying. As far as hype, I mean, I would be because them the two games I would be looking. What I'm talking about, if you talking about taking E3 like they did last year, in my opinion, I think they won E3. I don't think those two games. I don't think that'd be enough.
Because we've seen the other games.
If they want to win on just like straight up hype and what a lot of these other guys usually went on, then you want to see Metroid, you want to see Zelda, even if it ain't coming out this year, which it's.
But you don't even need that because Splatoon pretty much destroyed.
Yeah, last year that's what I'm saying.
People who saw him was like, it just clicked. Like it was like all
that was a director, right? That was
the universes, they all lined up, all the planets, and it was like the perfect.
That game came out of nowhere, like in that
from
digital
the music
event.
to the character designs. I mean, immediately on the internet, you already saw fan art. Like once it was over, like people just started drawing immediately once they saw it.
And that game was like I said, come out of nowhere, and it released. It only was shown at one E3, and it's out already. Like it didn't make it to a second E3. How many? Other
I expected at least 2 surprises like that. I don't know if there'll be the same impact of Splatoon, but I expect to see at least 2 surprises of games we don't know about.
There'll be more than 2 when you consider the 3DS, but for Wii U, I think.
Yeah, I just meant like for Wii U. Yeah.
I expect Next Level Games to be the one making Star Fox.
Think so?
Lamb already just worked with them, and he's already familiar with them from Luigi.
Right.
So probably why not? And if it's not them, it'll probably be the Pikmin team, which could happen. I don't know.
I'd rather be the Pikmin team because to me, I think Pikmin's still one of the best visually stunning games on the Wii U.
Well, his core little team is the ones that did Star Fox, Star Fox 2, and Star Fox 64. So, yeah. I mean, that's already good pedigree to begin with, you know.
But Next Level has done Punch-Out. You know, they've made a couple Bring Back from the Dead series. So
just adding on to what they already have.
But,
I don't think
exactly.
So do you think Reggie was hitting at something with dressing up like Little Mac in the...
No.
You don't think so? Nope. I mean, I was saying with his inclusion in Smash Bros, Reggie dressing up like him, and then the fact that, like you just said, they were the ones who were responsible for the last Punch-Out we got.
You don't remember?
We might see a Punch-Out?
You remember the Metroid pin at the Game Awards?
People took that as a...
it's coming. It's gonna be in the
next I remember the Zelda at the video game awards when he showed the Zelda stuff and then ended up showing a big teaser on Zelda.
Yeah, but that was like at the actual thing. This is
it wasn't like wait till a year from now.
Right, we've already seen the little the little hint. What everybody thinks is a hint. That's already happened. It's not happening at the same event. So we've already seen that, and people are thinking because of that, Little Mac or another Punch-Out's coming. I'm saying we had a hint from the Game Awards about Metroid, and that never came out to be anything. So
would Punch-Out really have that much impact for you guys?
I would be excited.
I would be excited.
I'd be excited to
Punch-Out Wii was one of the best games on the system to me.
I think it was
the multiplayer was fun to it too. If they could put that online, oh man,
oh boy.
Yeah,
I highly enjoyed. That's one of the few games that I would jump back on the Wii, my Wii, because I ain't transferred a lot of my stuff over to my Wii U. That's one I jump back to play is Punch-Out.
Yeah, it was a solid game. I just don't think that would have a wow factor comparable to any of their surprises the last couple of years. But so
I mean,
let me just ask this question while we're talking about the digital event. Do you think they'll have any non-game announcements during the digital event, like their replacement for Club Nintendo or their partnership or anything like that, or you think it's just the digital event will just be for games?
No, I think it'd be games.
Yeah,
that's how I was.
I don't mean to jump in here, but somebody in the comments said, "Breaking news: Wii U version 5.4.0 is available right now. Time to update your system, folks."
Oh, OS update?
Does it have on-screen notifications?
No, they got to make it,
I don't get it.
They always say, just a better user experience.
Yeah. Probably anticipation for the Smash.
Yeah.
Something.
And for the new Splatoon stuff. No, just kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. I mean, it's been something every week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So, Treehouse. They said they're gonna have more games this year, and are you guys looking forward to seeing more Treehouse stuff? Do you think maybe we'll have some extra game reveals during the Treehouse that maybe they didn't show during the digital event?
Of course, the Treehouse is the best thing that happened at E3. Period. Because of the sea of CGI trailers we've been getting, as a breath of fresh air. And I'm glad that Nintendo started doing that. And hopefully these other dudes will follow suit at some point. But because we actually like to see people playing the game and all that stuff too, not just
that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's actual video games. Like I've been watching E3 for years. Over 10 years. And announcements really ain't doing nothing for me. It's actual announcements that include the actual game. Not promises like, oh, CGI trailer, bye. And what makes those worse is when a guy comes out on stage, talks for 10 minutes, shows a CGI trailer, and then when the lights come back up, he's not there.
Gone.
Like, hold on. So I just sat through you talking about. Remember that guy who was standing there looking like he was crying, looking like Kingpin from Daredevil? Remember he was talking about his game when you feel, and I was like, all you have to do is believe. Like I was like, who is this guy? I don't know if it was Infamous he was talking about, but he was looking like so sad. Like if he was so emotionally attached to his game, I don't know what happened to that game, but obviously it wasn't worth the emotions.
Oh man.
Oh, well, you know, I honestly, that's the treehouse is the main reason I took off work because last year I had to miss a lot of it because it was happening while I was working, and I just want to see the treehouse. Even if it's a game that I didn't really care about, I still watched it because they're actually playing a game right there, and it's, you know, they're talking to the developers, even though a lot of times it's with translator because most of them are Japanese, but it's just so refreshing and interesting to me to watch that than to. I mean, basically, in the past, you watch the press conferences, then you tuned into IGN or whoever game trailers to watch their opinions, and then that was all you got. Then you waited till the next
And
day.
their opinions always was complete opposite of
Garbage.
yours.
But
It's
yeah,
great. I'm working on like a Star Fox video. Hopefully, to be done in the next couple of days. But like I'm using like footage from last year's E3 to the treehouse stuff they did for Project Garden Giant Robot, and I just got caught watching it. I just got caught up just sitting there watching it because I'm gonna edit some of it into the video, and it's because it's just so fun to watch people have fun playing these games. Like that's just much better to me.
Like every day, and I still watched it. You know.
Yeah.
And Bayonetta, they played one on one day and they played two the next day. And I went back and rewatched those right before the game came out, and it was good. Yeah, I was still.
I think we're gonna get Fire Emblem Warriors.
That would be dope.
So?
I'd be down. For that.
No, I'm serious. I really think that because Hyrule Warriors made money, they made enough Fire Emblem amiibos to, you know, even though they're hard to find, but yeah, you know.
Marth. They had another batch of Marth, and I seen somebody on Google Plus found one. I got a Meta Knight today. They must have did another run of Meta Knights. I was at Best Buy, and they had 5 of them, and only one of them had a good paint job, and I snagged them up.
I want to backtrack it. I want to make sure people heard this. This fool said he took work off. I mean, just to watch the digital event or the you know, that's hardcore foods. That's hardcore.
Yeah, last year I took one day.
Who doing that anymore? Like
I took one day or a half day last year, and then the next 2 days I had to suffer and miss the treehouse. And this year I was like, screw it, I'm taking the whole week.
See, I took off Tuesday last year, and I'm not doing it this year. I'm going to work and catch it when I get off.
Yeah.
I feel like I enjoyed everything the treehouse did, but I felt like, you know what, I could have waited till I got off to see.
Because they didn't upload the replays right away. That's the thing. It took a while.
Right.
So, all right, let's just go through a couple questions here, and Red, you never did say what game you think Nintendo's digital event will end with.
Will end with
Mm-hmm.
Dun 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 dun. Star Fox. I mean F-Zero. F-Zero.
F-Zero.
I think for all the people like, oh, Metroid Pin, Reggie's wearing the Punch Out,
Right.
because like, you know, F-Zero has been more out there than anything else with the Mario Kart stuff, and they released it on Virtual Console.
Yeah, you're right.
So why not?
F-Zero.
Do you think they'll do an indie showcase or have Fast Racing Neo? I just think that will be in the treehouse. I think Fast Racing Neo will end up in the treehouse.
Yeah, it's not going to be in the digital.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be in their events. I don't know if it's gonna be in the digital event. And I think it might be for the, you know, that moment when the guy from the treehouse comes on like, hey, what's up? Let me show you some, you know, cool games to the eShop.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, check out Fast Racing Neo. Screenshot. They sent us some still footage. Sorry.
There's one game that I think it was, you said it, Juice in Active Podcast, and I want to see come back, and that's Wave Race.
Oh yeah, that would, to me, that would.
That's one of my favorite games.
If they had all the games that we know about, and the only surprise was Wave Race, I would be on Cloud 9. I love that series. I haven't played it.
I like the first one. I like Blue Storm. But the first one was the one I would like him to go back to that formula more than Blue Storm.
Get rid of the annoying announcer.
That announcer in Blue Storm.
Terrible.
Good. That's like, come on.
It didn't even feel like it. I know that's off topic, but it didn't even feel like the mechanics didn't feel as good as the first one.
Yeah, the water.
Yes, it just didn't feel as good control-wise.
Right. It's like, why did y'all go? They tried to. I know that the GameCube offered more than the 64, but the way the water physics was in the 64
So
was
tight.
was tight, man. You could ride those waves, and it was so unpredictable what the water was gonna do. But in Blue Storm, it was
It felt a little
it was
slippery.
cool, but it didn't do it for
Yeah, I
me,
like
man.
I would like to see
But
like
obviously, the first game had the epic music. Way
Oh,
better.
that's another
And you
thing,
got
the
Yeah.
music.
Music was better, yeah.
I wonder if they could make the Mario Kart 8 engine work in a wave racer. If that would have to be completely different because of the wave physics. I'd like to see.
I still stand by that they should do, you know,
Say that for Diddy Kong.
Excite, Wave Race, 1080,
Put
like
it
the
together.
whole event game like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, put it together, those three.
And do it like they did like the old NES cart where they had a little slash and it would put the next game and they slash and they did like 3 games in one type of deal like they used to do with
Yeah.
Mario Kart or Mario Duck Hunt.
And you could do like a triathlon. You
I
could
got
do
the
like a
better
competition where you do all the sports like
Yeah.
in succession.
I got a question. Like for me personally, the thing I'm most excited to see, I know this is gonna sound real stupid, but think about it. Right now I got 13 amiibos, and I didn't think I was gonna have more than 2 or 3. I got 13 of them things,
I told
and
you.
I really want to see, like, I really like. You see how they got the paintball mask and they got the gas mask in Splatoon.
Hmm.
I really want to. I want to be able to like touch my Samus and get a Samus helmet on my Inkling
I know. I thought that
Can
they
I
were going to do that.
can I ask this question?
and get a Mario hat. Oh, but what I was gonna ask real quick was, do y'all think? I hope this doesn't happen, but people out there really want this. Do y'all think they're gonna make an amiibo game?
Mm.
I don't personally want it. Like,
I don't
Well, they
want it at
got
this
Amiibo
point.
Tap already, so
Yeah,
that's
I wanted
no, I
it
mean
when
like
they
the
announced
action.
Amiibo, but I think it's too late to do that now. Almost.
well, depends on like if they could do like an Amiibo called Amiibo World or something, and so that way you could be Samus in a different setting than normal. Like it would be just kind of a mixed world, and then you could scan your Amiibo and play that character in like a 3D platformer or something, and be Link and or Kirby or something, or even someone even crazier like Meta Knight or something like that in like a standard 3D platformer. I mean, it would have to be really good.
Yeah,
They'd have
that's
to
the
really.
thing. Like Nintendo's not gonna blatantly just copy Skylanders and
Mhm.
Disney Infinity. Like they're gonna do it. It's gonna be pretty different. And I just
Uh,
don't see how they would make it that much different.
I just wanted to ask a question. Am I not a Nintendo fan because I haven't bought one amiibo yet?
No,
I am not. I don't. I like that it's selling, but I don't get it. I'm still. It's almost like
Because you
this.
haven't bought one yet. Once you
I
buy
well,
one,
Buy
I've seen
one.
one. I have friends who brought one over, but it's like how Sony sell it. I'm like, dang, this thing selling like I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know if it's me or I just need to buy one. You
Buy a
you
saying?
have
Bowser,
to get one, and
Yeah, but the
then
thing is,
buy
like
Bowser,
Nintendo
and I'm telling you,
figurine.
right from there, you're gonna probably have like,
Is that crack?
I mean, they
Well-
already sell pretty well, and now they're giving you an incentive to buy them. So that's I mean, now it's just it's crazy.
and
Like
the
that,
added.
I can use it in my game and not just have it sitting on the shelf like that. That just took it to another level for a lot of collectors and stuff. So
I love having
Yeah.
them on my shelf though.
Let me just say this: I own 3 Amiibos I would not have bought if it wasn't for them being rare. So the shortages actually have increased. Like I saw Meta Knight today, and I had no reason to buy Meta Knight, even though I had DDD. The only reason I have DDD is because I knew he was going to be super hard to find, and I happened to get Toys R Us early enough.
see, I actually want DDD, and you got one just
Yeah, I want
just because it's rare. I hate you.
And
I
it's,
want
Yeah,
those big fat ones.
and like so that's one of those things. Like I have Wii Fit Trainer, and no intention. She's only used in one game. She's not used in any other game whatsoever, and I have no reason to open her.
She's
The
not
only
rare
reason-
anymore. Her prices are coming down. I've seen.
I've seen $30-40.
Really? I saw
Yeah.
like 16.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. I could have sold right away. I probably could have got $70 for her, and I was like, no, I'm gonna hold on to this. And it's like the values once they become available. Like the GameCube adapters are now in stores. I've seen in a couple stores now. Like those no longer have that high value, and I think with Amiibos, like
that's
people
definitely part of it. Just the rarity of
and
it.
so now I know I have like 4 rare Amiibos now, and I feel that feeling I have knowing that I have something a lot of people want and don't have adds to it. But really, I have no reason to own most of them. So
all I'm gonna say is when people say, "Oh, Splatoon," I don't like the way they doing the DLC because it's basically locked behind the Amiibo. See, Amiibo to me is never DLC. To me, Amiibo is an investment because it's not only used for Splatoon.
Right.
I'm sure there's gonna be a Inkling Yoshi or something, and you could use it in that, or you could use it in something else. Like I think more games will use them in the future. I think there's going to be more games that are going to use all of them.
I think
like
they're going to unlock
Amiibo.
Smash costumes. Like they have the pre-order thing, but I think down the line you can just use an Inkling to do that.
You would think you spent the money on an Inkling.
Right.
Yeah, it should definitely do it for free.
It should give you the costume, but
you should be able to buy it separate, or you bought it at GameStop. But if you got the Amiibo, you can just scan it in and get it for free because you paid.
I think that's how it should work.
And Nintendo, I'm gonna have a few words for you.
All right, so King Grapachi's, he's been PC gaming lately. He says it's boring right now, and he's asking what we're playing on consoles because he wants to get back into console gaming. I thought he was a console owner, but
go to Best Buy.
I think he had a Wii U at one point. I think he sold it.
Go to Best Buy. Like I said, go to Best Buy. Right? Go to Best Buy. Buy the bundle with the crack in it, and enjoy it.
You can't go wrong there.
You cannot go wrong, and you ain't playing nothing better right now, even on PC. Sorry.
I seem to find PC boring most of the time, ever since I bought a gaming setup. But yeah, I mean, Splatoon is enough. But I mean, if you don't have Mario Kart 8 or Smash, I mean, Mario Kart 8 to me has far more replay value for me personally than Smash. I still play Mario Kart. Pretty much.
That's one game that I haven't been hearing a lot about lately is Smash.
Yeah, Smash I think it's kind of been put on the back burner. I don't know a lot of people.
Tournaments, it'll be right back in the front.
Yeah, that's what it needs. So, I mean, as far as Xbox One, PS4, I got nothing.
I'm gonna say this. You know what's the worst part of being a Nintendo fan with a channel? Is that a lot of people would like to throw you under the you can't take his opinion serious because he's a Nintendo fan.
Right.
But like when I'm saying Splatoon is better than everything out there right now, for real, like I really mean that. Like that's the game that you need to be playing. I don't care what system you got. I say trade it in and buy the best gaming experience you're gonna get this generation. Because I mean you're gonna waste $60. Think about it, you're gonna waste $60 on Gears of War again, the old games, or Uncharted again. Or I mean, what else is being re-released? There's like 77
Resident
games.
Evil 0.
You gotta add it up. Like that's a Wii U right there. You can get a $200 refurbishment and be playing the best games.
Yeah, that's what I say. If you don't want to spend the $300, whatever, just get the $200 refurbished.
Yeah, and then people say, oh, that's like it's fan. I'm telling you out of experience. Everybody who I know who got an Xbox and a PlayStation, they playing nothing.
Right, that's true.
They playing my brothers. They had Wii U's. They got rid of it, and you know what they playing? Desert, sand. And I'm not talking about Uncharted 3. I'm talking about nothing. They system is sitting there.
I honestly haven't turned my Xbox on. When was the last time I was on a podcast with you, Juice, and I told you I beat
Probably
Tomb Raider.
Close to 2 months, a month and a half.
No, you beat
No, it wasn't Tomb Raider. It was
Shadows of Mordor, wasn't it?
Shadows of Mordor. That's the last time I turned on. That's been about a month ago.
See, it's not that
and you went out of your way.
There's no game
to play Shadow of Mordor, right?
Right, I did.
That's what I'm saying.
Not excited for the games that are available, and you can see it. You can tell it. You can just watch the channels. And you can see that they're not excited.
They're not. They bored. They bored, and
they just need to defend it. I'm not defending who is putting out the games.
I got proof of this, man. My cuz down in Dallas, like I told you earlier, he went out and bought the Wii U. We supposed to be getting on Splatoon. Actually, now I'm going to have to text him and tell him to give me like another 45 minutes. But he has the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. He hit me up. He said, look, man. He said, is the Wii U worth it? I said exactly what he said.
He's already
He
got
said,
that question ready.
he said, "Is the Wii U worth it, man?" He said, "Cause right now I ain't playing nothing on neither." I said, "He said I lost interest in both of these systems, man." I was like, "Yeah, dude." I said, he asked me, "What should he get?" I said, "Get Mario 3D World." I said, "Get Splatoon." I said, "Zelda," cause he was big on when I had the GameCube. He was younger, but he was loving that Zelda Wind Waker. He got all those. And he went out and he bought Mario Kart 8. And all he been doing is like, dude, he said, I've been binging, man. I ain't played games like this. And man, I ain't felt like this in a long time. That's what he
Yeah.
told me.
I
See,
mean,
like,
it
I
reinvigorated
get it.
people.
I get it. Like, if you're not a Nintendo fan, Wii U is not going to be your first console. It should be your secondary though, if you're not a Nintendo fan. Because why get an Xbox One and a PS4? Like,
To me,
there's
that
not much
seems
difference.
absolutely
That
I don't
makes
waste of
even
no
know
money.
what
sense.
not a Nintendo fan means, man.
I-
I know that's a normal thing to hear a lot, and people love to say it, but you factually like can't say you're not a Nintendo fan because Nintendo makes more games than Microsoft and Sony combined.
Well,
You
I
know what I'm saying?
understand when
Like,
they
I mean,
do,
you could
when
talk
they
about
say
they
that
third-party
count,
stuff.
they
the
came in
mobile.
the era when the PlayStation 1 was in dominance, man. And that's what they are. They PlayStation 2 kids. They not Nintendo kids.
Yeah,
No,
And
I know.
they,
I'm
PlayStation
just
One
saying,
was
like,
their NES, so it's
right.
hard.
It's like,
yeah, but
yeah, like what
that's
Mr. T
great.
said. The PS1 is they NES to us. You know what I'm saying? And
You should
but my
text is it your cousin?
yeah, it's my cousin
Tell
younger.
him
He
Bayonetta 2. Tell him to get that on order
yeah.
too.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
need.
there
Yeah,
I'll
are
tell
some
them
talk
to
to.
get
games that are
online
like,
on that too.
Red's age up to our age that
I'm gonna text him now because I'm supposed to be
care
getting
about
on.
Nintendo.
Yeah, we'll try to wrap this up in like 15 more minutes.
No, you
But
good?
I'll say this, like with this whole sitting there playing nothing versus what's on the Wii U is like what's on the Wii U too is like you could buy these games and you don't got to worry about the DLC. None of this crazy stuff. Then the
Installing
games that got DLC, it's like Mario Kart. It's like a no-brainer. Like this, the best DLC you could get.
every time you
Hyrule
turn on the damn
Warriors.
game, updating.
Yeah, and then we
Like I don't understand it. And it's like you like Gears of War and stuff like that. It's like you played that why? Because all right, obviously it was spoon fed to you like everything on those systems are. It's like, oh, this is the popular thing, so you got to play that. But Splatoon is like I said, it's that generation defining game. Down to the active reloading of Gears of War. In this game, instead of acting reloading, you pretty much have to let your meter go up for you to use your grenades or whatever your perk is. So it's whatever. Like I can't even talk about Splatoon no more. It's like I'm sick of saying it because it was like if you're not playing it, that's your fault. That's your
You
fault.
missing out.
yeah,
If you're saying that, oh, it's missing this, missing that, no, it's not. Every week it's getting more and more. If
yeah.
anything, I feel like I'm being rewarded.
I mean, they did it intentionally to keep interest going. I mean,
Did-
whether you like that or not, that was the plan. It wasn't because they weren't ready. It wasn't because the game wasn't ready. You could tell the stuff. There was no download, and the stuff's on the disc. They're trying something new, whether they do it again or not. They're trying this, giving us new stuff every week just to keep the game, people getting back on, give you a reason to turn it on, and I think it's just a kind of like a test to see how the reaction is to that. I mean,
Now,
that's
now this is why I call it that crack. Because have y'all ever been in when y'all playing it, y'all be like, I'm finna quit, I'm put it down,
yeah.
and the next
One
thing you
more.
know, I'm gonna go one more, and then you get a high score, you be like, oh, let me see if I can get another one, and the next thing you know, you want to play it another hour,
Yeah.
and you be like, I was supposed to put it down and get off, and that's how I do me every time, man. It's like, I'm done, and me and my cousin got off, and I said, I'm finna hit the bed. It was about 11:20. All of a sudden, all I see is he jumped back in my game. He's like, man, you still playing? I was like, I know, man. I don't know what happened.
That's
Some of
like
your friends
right.
start jumping in. You be ready to leave, and like, all right. Some of your friends start jumping in. Hey, you want to get in a couple minutes? All right, let's go.
Or you lose, and you be like, no, I can't go out like that. I
No,
Can't
gotta,
go
I
out
gotta
like
yeah,
win one.
you know what it is? It's like a trigger in your brain. Like I'm serious. Nintendo does this. It's like when you win, you see your little inkling right there with his little smile on his face, raising his gun, and then it's like quit. That you got the two splats, yes or no. Like continue, yes or no. And it's
You
like you
just
see him
there.
smiling. You're like, you know what? And then you hear the beat, the din, din, and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go again. And if you lose, you see him right there beating the floor like I'm mad that we lost. You're like, nah, I can't go out like this. I want to see him smiling before I turn it off.
It's like
And then you end up playing 3 more.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because when he beating that ground, man, I'm like, nah, I can't go out like that. I gotta
No.
I gotta go on my feet, not my knees.
Sometimes I only back out to see what new gear or something or new weapon I unlock because I'm still leveling up, and it's like I just got to get back in, you know. But if you never get out, like if you just keep hitting, yeah, obviously you're gonna stay in, but you just got at some point and just click that nope, just don't even think about it, just click it, and then you're out, and you're like, okay, I can turn it off now. You're like, you have to hit that nope.
No, but how many times have you turned it off and be like, all right, yeah, finally I got it, turned it off. Hold on, let me see what's in the shop real quick.
Let me check the shop.
I did one time. I turned
It's
off.
that crack. That's what it is, man. It's that crack.
I gotta try this new gun out.
I mean,
All the time.
I wonder how many people were playing. I wonder how many
It's
people.
that crack. Shoot it in your veins, crack. So you get it in your veins and it's crack. That's what it is, man. People don't know that's Splatoon. It's crack, baby.
Yeah, like it's not making it
Shoot
up.
it
Like,
up,
it's
man.
genuine. Like, it's
I'm losing it over here because I want to play right now. It's that crack. I'm
Let
missing
me
my
ask
crack,
you guys
man.
this: how many people do you think were playing a certain game, hitting that triangle button, and just like, man, I can't stop playing. I can't stop hitting this triangle.
I was just about to say, I want to see the podcast or the video where people are that passionate talking about another game. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it anywhere. Like,
it ain't gonna happen because those games they just bought them because hey, what's the new thing coming out? Like how many people bought The Witcher right now who never played The Witcher?
A bunch.
I bet you.
There's a ton of dudes.
That is
No
70.
one right now. I ain't gonna say his name. I know.
The attach rate to that is I would say 80 to 75% are people who never played it who bought it because that's the next thing. Same thing with Bloodborne.
Yeah.
It's like you are going down the line.
And they got
You know what's funny about the people? Yeah. You know what's funny about the people who own PlayStation and Xbox? A lot of them.
Yeah.
I noticed who only on those, no Wii U, so y'all don't count, obviously. They all say, oh, like like games be boring. Not on this side.
Not over here.
Games, man, like the way it used to be. And I've been hearing this since the Wii. Like, yeah, the way it used to be, like what it used to be, what you used to play. Nah, Mike Tyson Punch Out got that. Go down the list. I'll be like, got that. Zelda got that. Like, and it's like, yeah, but nah, Nintendo, Nintendo. Oh, the graphics, like you making up excuses and playing nothing, while we over here gaming hard. Like generations never change. Even though the industry has changed for the worse.
They get baited into buying these games because they have all this. They have this resolution gates. So my box plays it better than your box. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna buy it and prove you differently. And that's how these games will sell. Like The Witcher. Like these dudes are not Witcher fans. Like, come on.
Right. One thing I noticed is with this one of the few games that you have seen few videos trying to hate on it. Have you noticed, like, you really have no angle to hate on it. You have a few, but like all the other games that come out for the Wii U, you find a cat, oh, this game ain't my type, this ain't my... You don't see a lot of that. They either not talking about it or they playing it.
Right.
And then as far as the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, when you going through droughts that's 3 or 4 months long and you see the horizon of a shade of water coming all in your drought, in your desert, you're going to try to drink whatever you can drink because you ain't got nothing else to drink. So they bought Witcher because it ain't nothing else to play. What is there to play on the Xbox One or PlayStation 4?
What happened to the talk about Mortal Kombat X? I don't hear.
What I heard is ridiculously hard. For one, that's what I heard.
And it's like it does. Like if you watch the story mode that someone plays, it's filled with QuickTime events. If you haven't seen that, then you go from QuickTime events to fighting, and I'm sorry, but that looks like 360, closer to 360 visuals. I mean, from what they showed initially to what the final product looked like,
it
not even close.
We'll say this stuff, and they'll just chalk it up as we're not being honest with ourselves. We're trying to make Nintendo out to be something that's not, all that stuff. So you can't win an argument saying this stuff because they'll just chalk it up as.
I was gonna say. I say you look at Sega Genesis, they dead, but you look at Sega Genesis, you look at just Sega consoles. You look at PlayStation 1, 2, even 3. look at Xbox, the first one, to Xbox 360, and then look at the new one, and I'll tell you. Then you look at Nintendo. Which system has kept up the basically like looking like a successor to the last? Sure, you can say the drop off in third parties, but that was going to happen whether Nintendo had third parties or not. Because if you notice, most of them are dead.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So
Like-
Nintendo's like they've kept up with just making the crazy games each generation, bringing the same old characters you knew in new ways. Mario now 4 players, and just different takes on different things. Even Hyrule Warriors. Let's say that ends up being the only Zelda game on the Wii U. It was a Dynasty Warriors Zelda game. Like, it's crazy where you get to play with everybody. That was a dream come true from a lot of people. Like, to be able to play with Ganondorf. How many people you say, oh, they should make a game that's Ganondorf? You get to play with him. Well,
the minute I played Ocarina of Time, I was like, man, I'd love to play these guys in like a fighting game or something like that. The minute
and it exists. Like, you wanted them in Smash, but then he didn't have his sword. It wasn't enough. Like, I want him in the actual adventure. You got it. And it's like with the other guys, what you got? You sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Waiting for you to get excited again about games that you ain't playing right now.
CG trailers. So, like, Nintendo fans, they don't have, like, we don't have a whole lot to complain about when people are nitpicking commercials and the littlest little things. Like, that you really don't have much to bitch about if that's.
Yeah, they don't see how good they got it. Like, the people who do that, like, or even like the whole Splatoon stuff. Like, oh, it's not like you don't see how good you got it. That you actually got games with replay value.
Yeah, that's what John Shaw said, man, in the podcast. He was like, man, it's crazy. He said, I just realized looking at my shelf that I got more Wii U games than I got combined on both. I think he said combined or compared to his PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, he got way more Wii U games.
And he's not a fanboy. He's not.
And he's not a fanboy at all. He's call it straight up and down. So
I've never owned so many games in the first 2 years of owning a system than I have with the Wii U.
This is the first time for me too, and I
got a beat. I still got to beat a lot of the games. I'm at the end. I just ain't finished them because I'm moving on to the other stuff when it comes out, man.
You want to hear something crazy? I still don't even got Hyrule Warriors.
Me either.
Damn. I thought you picked that up.
Captain Toad.
And then I was like, I'm just playing Mario Kart nonstop. I'm just waiting for it. And then Splatoon came out. I was like, I'm just playing. I'm gonna get it though, but it's games everywhere coming out.
It's gonna get worse. You better hurry up. It's gonna get worse by the end of this year. You're gonna be.
All right, so let's
get
to some questions here. Tony Coran wants to know if we think Microsoft will get second place during E3. I mean, it will definitely be Microsoft ahead of Sony. So I think that's a given. Some people, Microsoft, Xbox, or whatever. What does Black Baron call them? Xbox. Like they will all say Microsoft won. I mean, that's just a given. But I think Microsoft has a chance of having a decent E3. But and we in 360 with me says he's played 102 hours of Splatoon.
Holy!
But he's only 16, and he's just a kid.
I remember those days.
Doesn't have a job, so. But yeah, you might want to take a break, man.
And he's out for the summer too. He's out for the summer. Yeah. It's over.
Capable Tie 7. How likely is it that Wolf/Crystal will be announced for Smash, either right Crystal? Or after Star Fox is shown? He's a big fan of Star Fox Adventure, so he'd love to see Crystal be playable.
Crystal ain't happening. Wolf could, but I doubt Crystal.
Yeah, they'll bring Wolf for sure because Wolf's already been in there. They're they're going to charge us, $3 for it or what? Just like Lucas.
She's been in what? Two
games. She was in Assault.
I don't count Star Fox Adventure, so I'm counting Assault and I'm counting Star Fox Command on DS. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I think Wolf is almost a guarantee at this point.
Yeah, Wolf is pretty guaranteed.
All right, and Shadow Hero has a good point. He says, actually, Red Knight, 9 p.m. is a perfect time for the Sony show, because he'll fall asleep faster, and then it'll be easier for him to fall asleep, so that he'll be waking up to Nintendo's on the next day. So that's a good point. If you want something to put you to sleep, watch the Sony in a nice reclined position. I guarantee you'd be falling asleep. And we can
times. It's time for them to get with the E3 times and stop doing that old way of these
I know.
2-hour shows. You know, that's got to go for everybody.
Like our 2-hour podcast here. I want to thank everyone who stuck with us.
Oh boy,
we hit the 2-hour mark. So, we already talked about this one, and the Wii U update. We already heard that, and I just read that it doesn't add anything obvious. So it's just I think it's setting up for something coming with E3, or maybe there's going to be a demo. Or, I mean, I think this is preemptive update for something else.
Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
Since it did nothing like we knew it would, do you see a system update announcement with new features announced, like
For the Wii U?
Yeah, like themes and things like that? Me personally, I don't. I've been giving up hope. Every year I used to make videos of, oh, this is what I want to see added. Not this year. No.
Ever since they had the spring or summer update that took forever and it didn't really add anything, they kind of just stopped announcing that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe their partnership with DNA, which I think they're just going to do a direct on once that gets closer.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll really talk about that. They said they weren't going to do any mobile games or anything at E3, so.
No Club Nintendo talk? Is that?
I mean, it'd be nice, but I don't know what format they would
have to
do that at E3.
At E3, yeah. So.
Harden25 says he hopes Sony doesn't bring out that guy who spoke for an hour last year. That guy
big head dude.
Yeah, with the share
with the curly hair. No.
It's terrible.
Yeah. They need some crack too. They need some crack.
We in 360 with me. What do you think Sakurai will announce at the 14 or on Sunday's Smash Direct or whatever it is? He's saying Roy or Ryu or something like that. I think it'll be. Go ahead, Level. You go.
I was gonna say if they announce. I don't know about Roy, but I think they might announce Ryu. I really do.
That'd be crazy.
I hope he changed. I hope they don't leave him as quite well. I guess it might fit if they leave him as regular. I hope it's the older Nintendo model. I mean, the older Capcom model of Ryu, not the newer Street Fighters model.
Yeah, it should be like Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Here's what I really would feel confident they're gonna talk about. They're gonna give us the details or on the final modes that are coming, the tournament, all that. Maybe a couple new character announcements. I really don't know. I mean, at this point, I think we're gonna be surprised, and then we'll have like an obvious one like Roy or Wolf. But if they're having like an actual little direct, I think they're really gonna have something to talk about. So maybe a game changer, maybe something major. I mean, so we'll see. I'm kind of excited for it now that I've been thinking about it more. And
how does GameCube get every Resident Evil game and no Street Fighter games? How does that happen?
And then how does the Wii U not get a port of the GameCube Resident Evil games when it would be the easiest port?
Right.
But it gets Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
That's crazy.
I don't understand.
I don't think Capcom deserves to have no. Do they have any characters?
They don't deserve it, but I think we deserve it as fans, even though they don't deserve it.
And Omega Metroid says that, speaking of Sony, he heard that Level 5 is working on a big budget JRPG for the PS4. I guess if people are RPG fans, I mean, that could be something if they announce that, but
we won't see it to 2018.
Yeah, 16, 17 probably.
Y'all been moved on by then.
And King Grapachi says, to me, this is just obvious common sense, but he says it seems like Nintendo and indie devs are keeping gaming going. What do you guys think? I mean, as far as, genuine, fun games built around quality, I think, and unique experiences, I definitely would say that
that's a soft pitch to us, I think, isn't it? It's yeah. As a Nintendo fan, obviously, I'm just a Nintendo fan. Nintendo is what keeps me gaming to begin with. So, that's the case for me. And I just think industry-wise, they're the only ones that are pushing gaming. I'm not talking about features and none of that stuff. I just mean core, solid, fun gameplay. They always seem to bring it.
Mm-hmm. But if you want a wake-up call to what some of these ignorant new gamers think, someone linked me to a review where a guy gave Splatoon like a 7 out of 10, and I didn't watch it, but the comment section was filled with just like just hating on it. You could tell these people never played it. Then the guy who said that Splatoon's the most significant game of this generation. They're like, oh, what's so innovative? You're just spreading ink. You're just shooting ink. That's not innovative. People. It's like really you gotta.
It's not innovative.
It's like, I mean, if you play that game, it's just so unique. Like the strategies you come up with, it's just so different. I mean, you just can't just tell somebody; they have to play it. So
right, and that's Nintendo's magic, man. Sometimes I was trying to explain it to John Shaw, and I had to stop. Was like, man, you just gonna have to play it because it really ain't that I can really put into words to explain the difference between this game and what you would call a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or anything like that. It might seem anemic on paper, but once you play it, you get it. It's like, oh, this is what they talking about, but you can't get that. Like I said, my cousin didn't get it until he plays. Like, oh, now I see why you was raving about this game, but on paper it sounds like you just spraying ink everywhere. But when you play the mechanics and all the different things you can do, then they be like, oh man, there's so many different ways you can approach this game to be lethal and deadly, or to be, one who covers the turf well, or there's so many strategies you can go at the game with. So
that's the Nintendo way, because people are always quick to try to compare it, say, oh, this is like kind of like Call of Duty, like this and this and that. Again, to go back to my Star Fox video, shameless plug. There was a video, or I'm using a video in it where Jose Otero's talking to some other guy at IGN about the controls for Star Fox, and he's trying to explain. There's a whole gyrocopter kind of vehicle that you get to use, and it has a robot that drops out the bottom of it. And he was talking about how you can aim with the gamepad and still like fly straight and still but you can shoot sideways and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy kept trying to say, oh, you mean like kind of like Gears of War or not Gears of War, kind of like Halo with the what's that little vehicle called in Halo? The main vehicle, the little Warthog, kind of like the Warthog, blah blah. He kept saying, "Yeah, but no," and that's what Nintendo is. Yeah, but no. That's what makes them good, because they're yeah, but no.
Yeah, it's a little like that, but it's not gonna
right.
It's gonna be a game changer because you're gonna be able to look at your TV and see you're not gonna hit something. You're gonna look down at your screen and be able to pan to the left and maybe shoot something to your left, and you'll never be able to replicate that if it works, and I think with Miyamoto being involved, I think it'll be intuitive.
You just want a quick explanation for what something is, and you can't always do that. You kind of have to play some things and try them out for yourself sometimes.
Another thing that Splatoon showed me, man, is that Nintendo can easily do those third-party action game, like the Uncharted and all that stuff if they really want to. Like, if you take the core mechanics of Splatoon and put a different skin on it with a different purpose at the end, that can be a dope game, almost like that game Rare made. I can't think of it. Y'all kind of alluded to it earlier. The shooting game Rare made for the N64.
Jet Force.
Jet Force. This can easily be Jet Force.
Like they
if you take this. Huh?
Oh yeah, you mean like
if you take the squid, if you take the transformation from the squid out and just look at the single player core experience, that's Jet Force.
It already controls 1,000 times better than Jet Force did.
Right, and it's like, now let's say if they got serious with it, because Juice was telling me that the last boss is really really serious. It's a real epic
it's a
encounter.
It's like a separate game in its own.
Right. Now let's say they take Splatoon and they really get serious with the single player portion of the game. That game has more going on than a lot of the AAA titles that I play. If you add a story to it, you add more stages, more I guess puzzles, and make a little bit more harder than this game is, and give it more, I guess, more of more hours into the game, like instead of 5 hour game, making it a 15 to 20, you got a pretty decent game there, and it'd be like nothing you unplayed, especially if they leave it and with the squid mechanism and all that, it's nothing like it. So Nintendo got a hit, and there's a whole bunch of ways they can go with it. I think the whole single player is just to see how people will respond and how we respond, and I bet they're gonna turn that into a full-fledged game, full-fledged experience.
I would definitely be on board with single-player expansion DLC.
That'd be great. Yeah.
So,
since the guy who hasn't played much of it.
Dude, you gotta play it, man. It's good, dude.
I'm gonna get into it.
Don't judge it by the first world, because that's a cakewalk. It does get more challenging. I actually died in the later levels. There's some jumps where there's nothing underneath you.
It just said every time I turn it on, I just want to jump online.
Right. I did that for a few days, maybe before I actually jumped on.
It's funny. People are dismissing the single player as tutorial. What are they? I forget the expression.
Training stage.
Basically, it's like a glorified tutorial. Yeah, it has more, and I hate to compare it to this disaster, but it took me about 6 hours to beat the campaign, because I played a few levels over just because they were fun and I had to find the scroll. Like, that's straight gameplay. And then you got a game like The Order 1886 that doesn't even have that much gameplay. It has almost more cutscenes than Splatoon has gameplay. And then you got Infamous, like a 7-8 hour game, and those are full $60 games with nothing else. And Splatoon gives you the local multiplayer, which is fun, and the online with more modes coming. I mean, it's already way more value than either of those two Sony games, which are like the worst examples. But
I've spent 3 or 4 hours in local multiplayer with my son. Like, we have a ball.
Yeah, it's just. But I guess Omega Metroid says a new Platinum game was just confirmed to be at E3. What do you guys think it could be? Weren't they teasing more collaborations with Nintendo? Apparently, according to him, they confirmed they'll be in.
Maybe it's Sony's turn.
It won't be on Wii U.
I don't know. I'm still holding out for another something to do with Bayonetta, either a spin-off or a 3DS game that uses the character. But as far as Platinum, they got Scalebound. That's Hideki's directing that, so it would be the Bayonetta 2 team.
Bayonetta 2 team, yeah.
And I don't think they've had enough time to have really anything. So
I don't think Nintendo. I mean, this is one of my only gripes. Is I did have a gripe with Nintendo is the fact that, and I said it earlier, that Nintendo had be having great opportunities with these second party. I mean, they do, man. They be having great opportunities with these developers, man, but they don't
lock them up.
And I know it's not their IP, but at the same time, it's exclusive to their system. And I think they should put a little bit more effort into promoting those titles, like they did Splatoon, like they did Mario Kart 8. And
Bayonetta 2 had some good advertising, I think.
Yeah, towards the end, but not leading up to it like Splatoon. The Splatoon been hyped since we first seen it. It's been that crack since we first seen it. We all been waiting on it. But Bayonetta, sometimes it didn't even get shown in directs. It was like they haven't even talked about it. Then all of a sudden, we got the release date and we finally got some information about it. And like I said, it was good, but I think that game should have already sold 1 million, at least in America, and I don't even think it has yet. And to me, I blame that. If I be honest, I blame a lot of that on Nintendo because they didn't spend enough time promoting this game. Because if the audience for that game is out there, if they would have promoted it, and
I think a lot of people don't even know Bayonetta 1 is in the damn system too. Like that's something they should have done. Like,
I had a person
1 and 2. That's what it should have been called. Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Let me tell you something, Mr. T. I had a person at work, I think he's about 21, 22, ask me what a Wii U is. What is a Wii U? And I was like, yo, you serious? He's like, man, what you got, a PlayStation 4, Xbox One? I said, I got an Xbox One and a Wii U. He said, what's a Wii U? I ain't never heard of that. I was like, oh, this is bad. This is just...
Well, let me tell you something, though. This is a true story. I was in GameStop about a week ago. and some moms or whatever. I mean, it's different because the thing is, people say, well, not even people know what the Wii U is. They think it's just an add-on or whatever. I was in there and they were buying stuff for their kids, and they were like, "Place PS4. There's a 4 now." So that happens for everybody, I think.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so we're at the 2-hour, 15-minute mark. So I'm just gonna pick a couple more.
So we halfway.
Yeah, this has been an epic podcast. But E3 is coming up. It's exciting, so I think we needed to give it a little more time. Just real quick, Capable Tie 7, Team Dog or Team Cat? When a Splatfest start, you got to pick a side. I'm Team Cat.
I think my girlfriend's gonna force me to be Team Cat. So, yeah.
Level.
I missed the question. I'm sorry.
Team Dog or Team Cat during the Splatfest? That's like at the end of this month.
I don't like cats, so I'm Team Dog.
Yeah, I'm probably more of a cat person, so yeah. Cat.
All right. There you go, Capable Tie. Where'd that other one go? Big Dan 42082. Is Nintendo going to announce GameCube virtual games for the Wii U? I'm going to say no.
I think they're going to probably say that for the next.
Yeah, I think the virtual console is run its course for the most part. They're not really. I don't think they're going to put any more effort into it.
Yeah, I don't think they focused on that no more.
Nah, I think it's like you said, run its course.
King Rapachi, and he's saying what a lot of people who haven't played Splatoon are saying. Is it like Plants vs. Zombies? And,
oh God.
Yeah, I don't get that comparison.
Because it's cartoony looking and you're running around third person. That's it. That's the only way it compares. And it's competitive. That's it.
Okay.
It's online.
It's nothing like Splatoon.
King Rapachi, man, I don't know your gaming history, but get a Wii U, get Splatoon, man.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
I mean, true. It's the first, in my opinion, true next-gen gameplay experience of this gen. And I never say next-gen, but just to get the point across, I'm going to use the term people use.
They're going to try to steal it, I can tell you that. You're going to see a whole bunch of variations of their take on Splatoon. But
you already saw it on Minecraft, people making it.
I guess that Wii U Minecraft game comes out.
Be flat goons on Xbox One.
These guys get
now they'd take the rabbits idea, Mr. T. They'd use the rabbit.
They get these games on other systems that are supposed to be, the
whatever killer,
like user-created content, and they always make Nintendo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
You know what pissed me off? What game had that secret Super Mario, like the first level 2-1 was hidden inside? Was it Sunset Overdrive? Something? No, it was Dying Light. There was like a tube, like a pipe, and if you stood over it, it took you into this. And that pissed me off so bad. Like, okay, you guys put a Super Mario Brothers level in this, zombie open world game that you didn't release on Wii U, and you've never probably supported a Nintendo console.
They took all that trash, but look what they did.
And then all these people were excited about it, and it's like, why are you excited about it? I thought you didn't like Mario games.
You don't like Mario Nintendo games.
So,
yes.
Big Dan's got another question. Will Retro Studios make an appearance at E3? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I'm going to say yes, but I don't feel too good about it. I think it's more like no, but
I'm giving it 70%. That's
I'm thinking I think it's proof positive.
If they go there and they show, I'm being dead serious. If they go there and they show literally a piece of paper with a concept art, right? And they don't even zoom in on it. Nintendo won.
Red don't want to get his. Red don't want to get that excitement because he knows if he gets thinking about Metro Prime,
that makes
lose.
You a hypocrite though, because you said that we were talking bashing Sony with their concept art. And,
you know why? Because Retro never made nothing that was trash. They never made nothing that was good. They only make games that are great.
Exactly.
That's why I'd be like, they could go in there with concept art. Hey, Miyamoto did it with Zelda, remember?
You want to know
concept
something?
art gave more. it gave more ideas to what Skyward Sword was than actual CG trailers.
I'm
Like,
gonna be honest, man.
What's up? Link got a sword?
I'm gonna be honest. I went back and put Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze in. Was it this past Saturday? And I'm not gonna lie, man. I was more astonished by the game this time than it was when I was the first time I played it. I wasn't as thrown back or impressed by it, but this time I saw all the details in the game that I didn't notice the first time through, and I was like, man, I didn't notice none of this. I think I was kind of hating on the game unconsciously, you know what I'm saying? So, and I was like even down to the first stage falling out the plane and how they, even when they showed up in the CGI part of the game, it impressed me in a way that it didn't, and I didn't understand why didn't it hit me that way the first time I played it, and I gained more respect for the game this last playthrough than I did the first time.
I don't know what. Because it's a desert out there. You're like, oh, this game is really good. All the other stuff is out of your way.
That game's dull and boring if you look at GameStop's or GameSpot's review.
Yeah, those guys don't know how to play no damn games.
I know.
It was too hard for them.
You said the levels were dull and boring, and that's when I checked out.
Yeah, that's when you know it's bull. Like, come on.
I think I was tired of the whole platformer at the time, and I was burnt out, and I ain't played one in a while.
Yeah, and I go back and play that every once in a while, just a couple levels. And it's so good.
What did you say, Red? You played
I said I played it again in February.
Yeah, you played the whole thing.
Yeah, I played the whole thing over.
Oh, that game has been out for about, what, 2?
A year, 4 months.
I even put up a few gameplay videos. Like, I did a whole 1-year anniversary of that game.
The only thing that game needs to me is some Kremlins. The next one. I want some Kremlins to come back.
I mean, I would definitely buy another Donkey Kong game on the Wii U, but I mean, I'm hoping that Retro's making something different. But I would still buy it if they.
I'm 100% they're making something different.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I would buy it, but it did impress me in a way it didn't the first time I played it. I didn't understand why was I impressed this time.
You were just caught up in the retro hate because everybody wanted something other than.
I agree. I think that's what it was.
Nowhere near where it should have sold. But.
No, it barely hit 1 million after that counted the Mario Kart 8 free game. I think it came free with Mario Kart 8, didn't it? Or no, that wasn't one of them.
No, I wasn't in there. No.
It was with Smash. At Best Buy, they had a Black Friday sale where you got the game free. But
well, I bought it when it came out. I bought it the year it released, but I mean a month of release. But I don't know what it was. And it might be what you're saying, Juice. I was just caught up in the whole tide of didn't want Retro to make another Donkey Kong. I bet that's what my issue was.
But yeah, that's
what a lot of people
a couple months before that. So
I wish that honestly that game deserves to be.
Yeah, it's an amazing game, man. It definitely is, man.
It was One-Fu's Game of the Year, I think, 2014.
That's my goatee, man. That's my goatee, 2014.
That was Red's, right?
No, Red's was.
I think Bayonetta, wasn't it?
No,
it was Donkey Kong, wasn't it?
I think I picked Smash, even though Mario Kart was the most played game, and if I had to take one game with me onto a desert island with no internet, it would be Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but Donkey Kong's definitely like single player, just a great experience, but you can't. I mean, Mario Kart's replayability and online, the tournaments. Yeah. I mean, all right. So Shadow Hero, any of you hyped for that custom Robo 2D action platformer game coming out on the 3DS?
Chibi Robo, you mean?
Chibi. Sorry, he put custom.
I love it. I'm glad with I'm cool with how they changed it up. I know some Chibi Robo fans I've never seen them before, but apparently there's a contingency of Chibi Robo fans who don't like the change in gameplay. Shut up. Get out of here. It looks cool. I think it's a good thing for Chibi Robo. That'd be a platformer and using it looks like they're doing some cool stuff using his little cord and whatnot.
I'll probably check it out. I would have never bought a game like that, but I like now that it's a action platformer, it looks like something I'll probably pick up.
I know. I was looking at it. I was like, man, I wish this was a Wii U game.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking. Why?
Yeah, we just lost Leveled. I don't know, maybe his phone died or something, but
Oh.
we'll just do a couple more and then we'll wrap this up. This has been probably my longest podcast, I'm pretty sure. So. And we got the most viewers of the night right now, more than we had at any point in the show. So,
everybody listening, let me just give you the gist of it. That's Nintendo rules.
We talked about 30 minutes. We bashed Sony. So, if you missed that in the beginning, we gave them some honest lumps. I think Sony and the PS4 for E3. Capable tie 7. Will The Witcher 3 make more people interested in X? First part of the question. No, because X doesn't look good compared to The Witcher. The visuals are so drop off so significantly. I think people will be turned off by it, but.
And it's extremely different from X.
Yeah.
I play Xenoblade Chronicles religiously, and I have Witcher 3. I have played Witcher 2. Yeah, they're not really the same thing at all. So they're both technically RPGs, but that's probably.
I think, like I said in the past, if Nintendo advertised X, just the LA section, and make it look like GTA or something, I think they could sell it to a lot of people that way. But he's wondering how you
combat system that that will turn some people off in X.
I really liked
the fact that you don't get none of the scales, whatever they call now.
Scales.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get them to like level 20 or something.
You can't just pay for that to get them right away. You can't pay extra money, like $20.
Unlock them. Shock amiibo. You could tap it in. It gives you a show.
I just got mine finally. I'm so happy about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
And then he's just wondering how you're liking The Witcher 3, and he's saying he's way under leveled, and there's a ton of side quests.
Yeah,
so
you can get easily lost in the side quests. I say go through them. I say do them. It helps your leveling and all that stuff.
I watched.
It's more fun to me to do the side quests and build up and.
Yeah, I watched Ghost Robo do a side quest with this like demon child thing that he had to turn into a ghost, and I mean it wasn't fun to watch. I don't know if it was fun to play, but it looked kind of lame. But Leveled, are you back?
Some of them are.
Yeah, I'm back. My bad.
All right, we'll do 2 more questions. Tony Coran asked, do you think October would be a perfect target for Nintendo to release Fatal Frame for the Wii U, maybe before Halloween like they did with Bayonetta 2? Yep. Obviously, I think.
If they're savvy. Yep. Again, if they're savvy enough with the marketing, that's what they would do. They release it in October and, have it.
And market it during the season premiere of Walking Dead.
No doubt. There you go.
I mean,
that's all they got to do. That's one commercial.
There'll be horror movies.
Put it out before Halloween. They're good.
In the theater, put it in front of a movie in the theater like they've done with some other games. Advertise it like they should have done Zombie.
I would have did it during Insidious 3. Ain't that what just came out this weekend?
Yeah.
I would have put it right now. Boom, little trailer.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft was showing Halo a couple years ago. Halo 5, like they started promoting that thing on commercials, TV commercials. The game will come out till November, yo. Like, wow.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. So, Mr. T, this one's just for you. Kieski Yamada, where that Mario playthrough, Mr. T?
Kieski Yamada, Mario playthrough. Oh, is that King Grupachi's buddy?
Maybe.
I completely forgot about that. If that's you, yeah, I'm gonna get that. He wants me to prove my Nintendo fandom by running through the first Mario without warping and whatnot. Like, I guess that's a hard thing to do.
I got to when I really tried. I got to World 8, and then I died with my last life.
World 8 ain't no joke. Some crazy.
When you got those. What are the flying things come from the bottom? You're running like on a bridge, and those what the hell are those things? The fish jumping out. Forget what they're called.
I probably haven't done it in like 15 years.
I used to be able to do that. Not no more.
That's tough, man. But I did finish the game for the first time when it hit the Virtual Console. I never beat it when it was on the cartridge.
19 hours, by the way.
No way.
I had that game. Like,
what Bane said for you?
Maybe the first Infamous, but
I mean, if probably you try to get everything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it everything I've heard, Second Son, like 9 hours around that time. All right, one last question. Robert Durant, since I haven't asked a question from him before, with Splatoon being such a success, I guess we could say that in Japan it's definitely a success. Do you think Nintendo will make a new IP in any other genres they haven't tried yet? Maybe a MOBA. Like, I mean, they've hit so many genres over the years. I don't know what they have left. We tried answering this in Reds.
That's what we talked about. Francis was like, not RPGs, not enough RPGs.
I think every Nintendo game needs more RPG elements, though. Or that's what Francis says.
RPGs.
But wouldn't Zelda kind of fall in that role of an RPG?
No, he's saying.
Yeah,
Nintendo doesn't do just straight up RPGs.
He's talking stand there and pick your attacks.
No, nobody want to play games like that. No.
RPG, like,
it's just funny because
no. Get that.
Watch Player Essence like Road to E3 videos, and almost everyone, all the games he's talking about, Nintendo might show. He's just like, yeah, I hope if they put some more RPG elements in this game, and then Star Fox, like if they put some RPG elements, it could be really interesting. I'm like, dude, we know you like RPGs. Keep them out of the games I like.
Right. Not that type of RPG.
The Paper Mario. Right.
It just means like elements, leveling up. That's the main element of RPG.
I don't want leveling up in Zelda. Just I want to find.
Well, you do level up. Hard pieces to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You level up in Zelda. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you don't get experience points, and it's. I just like the way Zelda happens.
I remember they always used to call the first Zelda the first RPG.
Yeah, I mean,
you play the role of the kid, and you leveled up and things like that. But then as time went by, and Final Fantasy and all that, they started saying, "Oh no, that's
action adventure." Action adventure.
I was going to say, it's an action adventure RPG.
Right, that's right, and that's what it should be. That's what. Yeah. If Nintendo was to do one, to me, I would do that with like a Kid Icarus or something on that line. I think Kid Icarus didn't get justly represented in the last one that they made. I think that character could be a tight game if they put it in the right settings.
I like RPG. I wasn't a huge fan of the RPG elements in Skyward Sword, though.
No, that's
kind of got a little annoying at points, and it just didn't work for. I just don't think it works for Zelda. Like I like RPGs, but I just don't.
I want to find a blacksmith and then have to find some ore and then, rescue his brother and then he'll fix my sword. Like that's the extent I want. I don't want to have to search for bugs and all that weird.
I mean, the time you had to do all that craziness just to get the giant sword.
I know.
Yeah, the Goron sword. Yeah,
it's tough.
I had a blast doing it though. That was cool. But don't go into any deeper than that. I think for those games.
No. I mean, yeah, I guess some games could use a little bit more depth to them, but like
my laptop is about to die. No,
my thing is, let me ask this question, man. Do y'all think Nintendo should add voice acting to the new Zelda, or should they get more modern games? Because I'm tired of reading text. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They need to. I think they need to add voice acting to, the characters.
Yeah,
Link doesn't have to talk, but
I only want it if Link talks. If he doesn't talk, I don't want it.
I don't need Link to talk, but everybody else to talk.
I don't need Link to
talk, in my opinion,
because you're Link.
I'd rather have him talk.
They better get his voice right.
I don't want what's his name? Morgan Freeman. Martin Freeman. What was his name?
Oh,
Half-Life.
Oh.
It's like when you're speaking, but you don't hear it. Just
I'm Morgan Freeman.
So
Gordon Freeman.
Bilbo Baggins, what's his name? Oh.
Yeah.
Like in Splatoon with the two Inkling girls who stay fresh.
Stay fresh.
They should be talking. I don't feel like reading that stuff, man. Talk to me. I don't need to read no more. I know how to read.
And that cutesy type of character, I don't mind it as much, but Zelda does a lot of reading.
I read to talk. Doggone it.
I still want people
say something. Dude, I'm serious, man. I'm so tired of reading stuff. I'm like, I don't feel like reading, man. I got speakers to listen. Let me hear you.
Yeah, I would hope that they would do that and get away from every time you turn the game on and you get a rupee, it has to tell you.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I don't care what they say.
That was
That was a mistake. Somebody left that wrong.
You got this ugly squid animal bug. Okay, thank you. I got 4 of those. Why you gotta keep telling me that?
I already had 50. Yeah, so.
Because no Zelda ever did that. I know that was a,
no, I didn't.
Bug.
I would rather them get rid of that than add voice chat. Just make sure that's not in there again. I don't want to, like, if I get a blue rupee the first time, maybe. Never again should I ever have to know that it's worth 5.
Yeah, the first time you get everything, it should tell you, but that's it. And now you got the gamepad. Don't even stop the game. Just say it on the gamepad. Oh, you didn't move down. Sorry.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
I just think we outgrew the whole womp 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 Charlie Brown teacher stuff. I think it's time to talk, Nintendo. Just go and talk, man. Let it out.
See, I think I like Midna with her gibberish versus giving her an actual speaking voice. It would have to be the perfect voice.
Yeah, certain characters, like, I think especially if you're speaking a different language, like Midna obviously was.
Not human.
Right, if you're not human.
Well, okay, I can pass with that, but dude, I'm tired of the wah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of the wah and the. Huh?
If you're Hylian, you should be speaking, English. Like a limited creature, a racist.
Because I think it's keeping people. I think it's closing off people from it because they don't feel like. I mean, that's a lot of reading, man. After a while, I'm like, man, I wish they just talk and you could just kind of not have to sit here and read all this text to get through this stuff. I don't feel like reading all that.
I can read a lot faster than I can listen to someone deliver some lines, though. I can.
Yeah, because then you just watch the cutscene. I ain't trying to deal with the cutscenes, man.
But I mean, that's different.
Like if you take the same scene and just instead of reading it, the dude talking, and it ain't a cutscene. It's just you ain't reading it.
Either way, I want it to go fast. I want to get to the game. I mean,
you can hit B and then all the words will pop up and you can keep moving.
I don't want to be stuck watching dialogue. I'd rather be able to skip through. So anyway, that's going to be it for this epic 2 hour 40-minute podcast. And I want to thank everybody who stayed watching this whole time. So thank you. I didn't get all the questions. We had some good talks. I'll probably re-listen to the Sony part of this one.
we was cool, man. We was dirty on the Sony part.
Hey, they got the success. They can take a little bad.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you can always fall back on the fact that it's the number one console, home console, because it's not the number one console. That's a 3DS.
Mm-hmm. I'm just, they ain't gonna have no good nothing. We ain't gonna see nothing till 2018, though. That's all right.
No, Uncharted will be 2016, I think. Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
God of War.
March.
God of War will probably be late 2016, early 2017, and then, I mean, really, what else are they gonna have?
If it's a good game, I will pick up a PS4 finally.
I just hope when people pick it up, they pick it up when the game is out.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on.
Release date just floating around.
Yeah, I'll probably try to snag a used one, or by then, hopefully the price is $300 or less. Cause
I'm gonna get an NX when y'all getting PlayStation 4. So have fun, y'all.
I'll probably have my PS4 less than a year before the next Nintendo system's out. So.
Oh, might as well get it now because it's coming next year.
I mean, if I got the PS4 right now, I mean, all those games are like $15, $20. So. I mean, most of them.
Well, if they drop the price, I get it. But until they do that,
like $4.99, and I mean $4.99.
Yeah, I mean, right now I won't even pay $300 for a PS4. There's just no games that I really need.
Yeah, I can't pay more than I pay for my Wii U for that. When I know I'm not gonna get more out of it.
I mean, I don't need another Blu-ray player. I already have 3 of them, so I don't need another
game
one.
And free online for $350, so it's gonna be
exactly.
It's gonna be hard.
That's another thing. I haven't even bought the online for the Xbox One, man. That's
you haven't paid for online yet?
I ain't no point. What's the play?
I did, and I'm regretting the hell out of it because I'm barely on that one.
I don't play nothing on that. I don't play nothing on that system, man.
Well, you can stream to Twitch. It's got real next-gen features that the Wii U doesn't have.
Man, forget Twitch, man.
I had a capture.
I'm not on YouTube enough to even do Twitch. What'd you say?
You could have been streaming this podcast.
Man, I'm not on YouTube enough. I don't even do my channel enough to be worried about Twitch.
I want to say this right now to most of the people that I've done podcasts with, even T, Leveled, Red. You guys were at a couple thousand subs. I mean, you're not going to have more than 20, 30 people watching a Twitch stream if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And some of these people probably have less than 10 people watching.
I've had 2 or 3 people watching mine.
And it's like, don't fool yourselves into thinking that live streaming is like this super awesome thing. And you get a couple viewers and they ask some questions. I mean, yeah, that's nice, but Twitch, it doesn't record. It's gone for good. I mean, it doesn't save it anywhere, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'll be honest with you. I just don't give a care.
I don't know.
I don't care enough.
I haven't been able to do it myself. I'm doing something wrong, but I've seen people's videos up on their Twitch accounts.
I think they probably keep record it to or pay to have it saved or something. I don't think you can just.
No, I have no idea.
But anyway, that's going to be it for the Juices Loose special E3 2015. And let me just go down the predictions real quick. For the division, we all predicted Sony would have the exclusive gameplay present during their press conference. What did we say for Microsoft? What was the question? Maybe I didn't have one. I guess I didn't have one. Then we had one for Nintendo. We had what will the digital event open with? T and Leveled said Star Fox. Red Knight said Paper Mario, which pulled that one out of his ass. And then I said Mario
Squids
Maker.
don't have asses, right? Or do they? I don't know.
Not sure.
But I'm a squid then, so.
I predicted Mario Maker in the 30th anniversary kind of celebration. I also feel they could end with that. And then to end the digital event, I said Star Fox, Leveled, and T said Metroid, and Red Knight said F-Zero. I'm gonna have this sheet in front of me when I watch the press conferences, and I thought I had an Xbox question, but I guess I didn't. Oh well. But anyway, we're going to do the usual closing thoughts, sign-offs, anything you want to say before we wrap this up. We'll start with you, Leveled Head.
No, I mean, I just wanted to say I enjoyed myself on the Juices Loose podcast, and stay tuned for Live and Leveled E3 prediction this Thursday night, and look forward to next week E3. And that's it.
Yeah, it's like Christmas coming up here. So there's a live, actually, last podcast, he said he hadn't really been playing any games in like a couple months. Is he back playing?
What
or
system does he own?
He playing mobile. He playing mobile. That's what he told me.
Oh,
he said he on that mobile game, man.
Made him go mobile?
He's playing Sonic.
Now, well, what happened is
the PlayStation 4 made him go mobile?
His son has his PlayStation 4, and he don't have anything right now outside of the. He said he on mobile. He ain't nothing interesting him right now except for Zelda Wii U.
I think he just needed a break from gaming, is what it sounded like. I think it was a bad move of him to get rid of his Wii U, but I mean, I think anytime someone says they traded in a system, I think that's
it's an investment. Even like a PlayStation 4, which we make fun of.
Eventually, it'll have
you don't get something and just sell it. That costs $400.
Because you're not gonna get.
Me personally, I wouldn't. If once I buy it, I wouldn't get rid of it. But hey, man, to each his own.
Hey,
man.
I made that mistake with the Dreamcast, and I'll never make that mistake again.
Right.
So.
That's one system I wish to God I wouldn't have traded in.
I wish I still had it, but then I kept my Xbox Uno, and I haven't touched it in 5+ years. I haven't even plugged it in. So.
I got my PS3, which that just
Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's real good.
It's a decent Blu-ray
real
player.
Good support.
It's the fastest loading Blu-ray player still to this day. Maybe if you bought a new Sony or something.
I know it's
right
better
now.
than the PS4.
That's because it's a huge investment, $599 US.
You need three,
Got the cell processor. Does anybody remember the Phil Spencer breaking down the PS4's architecture? Wasn't that during their press conference, or was that like a after conference when he talked about the x86?
They do that every press conference, so probably was press conference.
I think it was a separate one. Who'd I say?
You said Spencer.
God, I mixed those two up. I meant Cerny.
Yeah, I remember that. It was boring as hell. That
Oh, it was
little.
like an hour. They talked
Yeah.
about how EDRAM really creates efficiency, but they decided not to use it, and that's what the
Oh,
Wii
that
U
guy
Yeah.
that talks like he just super intelligent and everything,
Yeah.
every word he got a pause between it.
Yeah. Cerny.
Who
Mark
looks
Cerny.
like what's the dude? The Grinch that stole Christmas, the green dude. That's what he reminds me of. No offense to him, but that's what he looks
He
like.
reminds me of like Napoleon Dynamite.
What is up with Sony and everybody they get to talk for him is the most boring people to listen to.
The
Oh
only
my God! Remember the new president? With the
yeah,
hand
That's what I'm talking
gestures,
about.
like
The
he was
big
doing
head
sign
guy.
language? Yeah, he was
The
doing
big
sign
head
language.
guy.
He was
yeah.
throwing up gang signs. I thought they was gonna start shooting.
All right,
Hero.
Mr. T, you got any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, not really. Just happy to be on again as always. Had a good time. Look out for, like I said, I'm working on that Star Fox video. Shameless plug. It was supposed to be like a little 5-minute thing. Now it's like 18 minutes long. It's nonsense, but it's really good. I think you guys will like it, so make sure you check it out and play Nintendo, fools.
I knew you were gonna say that. Red Knight. Anything?
All right, I'm gonna just say thanks for having me on. The juice is loose, and it's funny. I said, I'm not expecting to see Metroid, but I am gonna do a Metroid-based video for E3, and I'm dead serious. I am. And yeah. Besides that, stay fresh. That's it.
You know what? If they show a Metroid and it looks phenomenal, all these new Metroid fans are gonna come out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, I'll get a Wii U when Metroid's coming out." Like, I mean, Prime sold 1 million copies, and that was like the highest selling one ever. And all of a sudden,
two, I think the first
No,
one.
yeah, Prime first one sold 2.
oh, did
Two
it?
and change. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, that's
Because they thought it was gonna be Halo for GameCube. Then when they played it, they said, "Oh no, I gotta think. I gotta think."
I gotta scan stuff. I remember my buddy. He played the whole game, didn't scan them, and only when he needed to. It's like, man, you missed out on half.
You could play it however you want. That's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah. Still,
But
I
them,
still
them graphics, and you saw
Which
the.
one was the best one? The first one or the third or the third? I
First
thought the
one
first one.
on the collection with the Wii remote.
The first one is the most streamlined, I would say.
Yeah, it's the tightest one.
Yeah, the tightest. But they all have their values. Like I grew to like the second one a lot more over the years. But probably the third one.
I say the third one though.
Third one, there's
I
too
just
much
think,
jumping around. I felt.
I love that though.
I hated the
Me
Sky City or whatever. I just.
That's my favorite city. Just
My
I
Really?
love that shit too, but I could see how you could hate it though,
Yeah,
because you
I
did
just
have
got frustrated with
a puzzle in itself. Like,
Yeah,
that
it was.
could've been
Yeah,
a
it was long, but
It was hard to traverse, but yeah, once I liked the game. Don't get me wrong. It was.
I like the Wii U mechanics better than any of them, though. The way that they utilized not the Wii U, but the Wii remote.
Yeah. That's
That's
why
why I
the
hope
trilogy.
they got to keep that.
The trilogy was so good because of the the first game with the Wii remote nunchuck controls is
Right.
just amazing.
So they would have to some kind of way figure out how to reutilize the Wii remote.
All
If
right,
they
we
was able to do it with the Prime, but anyway.
lost half our viewers, but real quick, Metroid for Wii U, what control method will they focus on, the gamepad or will they have Wii remote nunchuck?
Have to be Wii U.
I think
I think the gamepad with the gyro controls.
Yeah, I think it'd be gamepad and gyro.
All right, so that was the final prediction. Hopefully we see Metroid, but I mean, I'm gonna record a live reaction to the digital event. So we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it's good. So I'm
I did that
excited.
last year and never uploaded it because I was just sitting there watching it, and even though I was enjoying it, because you know how you get those people who like overreact, or like, come
Yeah.
on, I know you're not really doing that. They be like, oh my god,
Like double MO6.
and then the big vein come out on the top of their forehead. Like, are you kidding me? And it's like for every little thing, like, oh, they announced this character for Smash.
Mhm.
Just start going crazy.
Yeah, I edited mine down to like 18 minutes
Yeah,
because
can't do it.
most times it's just me staring with my mouth open. Like, oh. But anyway, that's going to do it for this really long edition of The Juice is Loose. The juice was very loose tonight.
Yeah.
So I might go play some Splatoon. I don't know, it's 10 o'clock now, so that's kind of my bedtime. I don't start
Yeah.
gaming that late because I know I'm going to be up till midnight if I can. So it's one of those things.
Ooh,
But,
midnight even.
yeah, I mean, I got to get up at 7. I
I
know that's
know.
not that early, but to me, it's hard to get up. So, but anyway, look forward to E3 coverage since I have the week off. Everybody, I'll be doing multiple videos. Probably, I'll lump Sony and Microsoft together in my impressions of their press conferences, and I'll have a separate one for Nintendo. And so, look forward to that. And it's going to be exciting times. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. What videos I come out with. I might. I don't think I'll do a podcast on Monday. So, we'll see though. But anyway, stay tuned for that, and we'll see you on the next video.